16 of the best teams in the world have gathered in Paris, France for the MLBB Mid-Season Cup at the Esports World Cup 2026, and the action for day one begins today. Chris, you are not dreaming. We've got a lot of action here on stage 3. The Lenovo Legion Gauntlet welcomes you back with Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and I'm so excited to get started. My name is Rain Day. I will be your host over these next 2 weeks, but I am joined by a slew of talented, professional commentators that really, you should already know. They need no introduction, but let's introduce them anyway. It's Mirko and LaFell. What's up, guys? Mirko, how you doing?
Bro, I'm feeling excited. As you can probably hear from my voice, maybe a bit too excited as of the last 2 days.
I mean, like, for me, you guys know about the moon? I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm over the moon. Dang. That's like a
Oh, you
different
saw
way to
nothing?
say excited. We're ready, y'all. Is your ears okay?
My ears are good.
All right, perfect, and we're ready.
If you can't tell, these guys are going to be having fun throughout the entire time. It is going to be a blast, and MLBB been one of the most enjoyable games.
Okay.
We're so excited to dive in. Everybody who is a fan of this game, welcome again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EWC MSC WW's. No, I'm just kidding. EWC watch party. All right. Rain Day. I am glad to see you, a new face.
To see if you get these pick'ems right. So make sure to check in with us and let us know in the
Yeah.
chat if you're doing well. Mirko, you got your pick'ems in?
I got my pick'ems in. I had to, redo his fantasy picks.
Hey,
You'll
wait,
see
wait,
later.
hold on.
My picks are way better.
Hey, no, bro, come on, you gotta think of...
Mirko's voice is so hoarse.
That's true. That's true.
I can't have a team without Stormy in it, all right?
Okay,
Let's
fairs.
make that clear. Plus, Grammy has that killer instinct. That's why I had to have him over Sanford. I do have to say, based on the meta, we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, it's clearly going to be interesting because there's so many good players, so many young players today. Stories we'll highlight from all around the world, and of course Southeast Asia, which has dominated MLBB for so long. Will we see some new champions rise? Will we see some old teams
for a
come out
bit.
and defend their title? We'll find out in just a moment. But we're not alone. We've got more talent with us. You saw them briefly in the intro. Let's go introduce themselves fully. It's Chris and Eterna.
So we thought you'd give you a little bit of an introduction to us. I'm Chris. I'm going to be covering all your needs when it comes down to the club championship here at EWC.
And I'm Eterna, and I'm... What was it again?
We talked about this.
I don't remember.
Right,
But I was Descos
remember
before.
what I told you. Remember what I told you.
Okay. I'm Eterna, and I'm going to be the reporter. So I'm going to cover player interviews, just getting the back scoops of everything, and perhaps maybe even get some coaches.
Yeah. What am I doing again?
I don't know what you're doing.
I
don't remember what you're...
Okay, I've remembered, thankfully, exactly what I'm doing. It's going to be covering everything to do with the club championship. So when you do have teams competing in all their respective games over every single stage here at EWC, they are accumulating club championship points. And I'll be keeping you up to date with everything that's going on with especially teams like Team Falcons, who are going to be vying for the win here in the MSC.
It's gonna be a story for a bit.
Don't forget the defending champions.
And Team Liquid, of course, the favourites coming in this tournament. They'll be looking for the 1,000 points that you get for finishing first. But that is going to be our job, so we're going to be covering all of that with no bias whatsoever.
None. Right?
None.
$75 million, 25 tournaments, over 200 clubs, only one club champion. The club champion is the beating heart of the esports World Cup.
Let's talk about data. Let's
Over
talk
7
about
weeks,
data.
Esports clubs send their players to compete. Every placement,
Like,
every win, every podium earns points for their club. At the
again,
end of 7
this is a complete data of first phase.
the club at the top walks away with
This MSC, this MWI is already concluded.
the best esports club in the world. It's not about being the best at one game. It's about being the best across all of them. Depth, versatility, consistency under pressure.
Already included
One championship
is
trophy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Watch
Just
history
potentially
unfold in Paris.
potentially more
The
matches.
Esports World Cup 2026.
Is there a stream? There's no stream B, right?
History certainly unfolding here at the Lenovo Legion Gauntlet, and MLBB is set up for a mid-season cup that will not disappoint. There's so many through lines here, from obviously last year, but also the wild card to get here. And I think setting up that story is one that we've paid special attention to. Falcons MENA made it through a 10-team gauntlet that included teams all the way from East Asia, Mekong, Thailand, MENA, Turkey, EECA, Europe, the Americas, to finally outlast and battle to
trying to
get
find
here,
out
guys.
where
It's
is
a
the
journey,
talent
but now they have their
pool.
first chance to
'Cause
make
there-
it on this MSC main stage.
I am not
It
sure
was
there
crazy.
is
I mean, it was a
a.
brutal journey all throughout.
I'm not sure if there's
as far as to say that Falcons
a
MENA,
B stream.
Nobody really predicted them to make it through, especially with their curse in the wild card. They always seem to fall
Oh, there
flat
it
in the
is.
wild cards. But again, they were able to really capitalize.
Yeah, there's no stream
on
B, so it's
the
only one
jungle
stream,
meta.
so it's 4
the
matches
question mark
today.
Here coming into MSC would be, has Boyet adapted to the assassins in the jungle?
Right.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where the meta has shifted so much that some people might say
Marcel
that
is the
they're
most
slightly at a
banned.
disadvantage
Most.
because we've seen a lot
It's
of
like
their
double the
meta
shits.
go
My
as-
god.
what is this? A lot
Marcel
of their,
Hirara. Hirara.
meta during wild
She
cards,
is
but the
gonna
thing
meta.
a lot has changed that maybe they
She
wouldn't
is
even be
meta.
using the same heroes.
Quad, consistent
Well, a really
man. Susan
interesting
Paquito
conversation
Baksha.
because
That is
last year, as you
again.
guys
That is
mentioned,
like
they did
scale.
not
That
make
is
it,
compared
failed
to like
qualify, and they were not expected
wild
to make
card.
it in this
This is
one.
a new
So
patch for
Falcons
MSC,
MENA,
so-
by qualifying, they've actually given Falcons, our club championship back-to-back winners, 2 teams at MLBB. So twice the amount of chances in this 16-team group. When you look at the split, Group A versus Group B. LaFell, I know you've got your eyes on Group A.
Top
We're gonna
4
hear from
would
Group B as
be
well from you, Mirko, but LaFell, Group A obviously has some great stories there.
Liquid
Two groups coming
SRG.
up in my eyes, Guangzhou Gaming.
Liquid SRG.
What are you seeing here?
Honestly, when it comes
Vitality.
to Group A and Group B, I feel like it's a no contest that Group B is the group of death. So for Group A here,
Liquid
I wanna see the
SRG,
teams that are here actually
Vitality.
maximizing their
It's a
chances
toss-up.
to actually get
Spirit
quite
Aurora.
a few more metas in. Like for teams like Team Vitality, Falcons, PH, even Team Spirit
Onyx
are probably
is
one of the
also
favorites
Dark
to make it through
Horse.
out of
Like,
Group A.
Dark-
I want to see their
Of course contender,
whether
but
they
like
just
the
gonna
Dark
go all
Horse.
in, use their
They're
best strategy,
Onyx.
they can do it.
They're
It's crazy
there are
to
no
see
strangers to
Group
going
B is
to getting to the top.
ridiculous. LaFell's already mentioned it, but we have 7 champions in Group B. Only 1 runner-up. And it's crazy to say, but Onyx is the one that feels like the odd one out here up against all these champions.
It's an incredible slew of teams, and the reason is so important, and the reason that they are here is not just because of the pride, obviously, regionally to prove that they're the best, but because of the life-changing prize pool. $3 million on the line from MLBB here at the Esports World Cup. $3.5 million total for all competitions. $1 million for the first place winner. So everybody, whether you're here, is not done with their journey. Remember, nothing is granted, right? And so you have to find a way to earn this moment. And if you do, Mirko, it is life-changing.
Absolutely, man. Especially considering if you look at the format of this event, man, it's fantastic. We got the group stages already with a completely different format to all the other MLBB tournaments, and then single elimination bracket in the knockout stages. If you lose, you're out. No
Has
second
Mirko been
chances.
screaming
I love
ever
MSCWC.
since
Yeah, one of the great things about this
the
too
World
is that
Cup?
right now we don't have
Is
to
that
worry
why
about
his
picking a
voice
team.
be
We actually
hoarse?
do have our schedule for today because it's going to be group stages for the next 4 days. You guys are going to see teams battle against each other, and I love what LaFell said about this because you get to experiment. If you're in Group A, you might have a little more leniency to save some strats for later on if you know you have a weaker group in some people's eyes. But we'll see a lot of teams here. Team Vamos, Team Falcons MENA, Team Falcons PH, and Guangzhou Gaming right after that. Vitality will take on True Rippers, India's first chance at an international representation here at MSC, and Team Spirit versus Ignite Gaming. LaFell, all great teams.
Group
and obviously
A, all 4.
teams that are going to give us our stories that are going to help shape this tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially because for now, sure, there are some mismatch in terms of who they're facing up against. I'm looking at Team Vitality.
Everyone
because True
on
Reapers,
the
yes,
left
is the
side is
first,
team.
India experience here at International, but Team Vitality, honestly, one of the favorites to win it all. So this is going to be a good test for True Rippers, but also for Team Vitality, because I feel like in that matchup, it's not enough to win. You got to win very convincingly.
Yeah, both teams have so much on the line. Coming up next, our first matchup of the day, Team Vamos and Team Falcons MENA. It's time to narrow in on what will be our first set of the day. Mirko, Team Vamos, Team MENA, obviously 2 teams with a lot to prove. Maybe 2 teams that people didn't expect to be here, now here, fighting for a chance at $1 million like everybody else.
Absolutely. You know, I'm sorry, LaFell. I'm sorry to all the Malaysian fans, but I'll say it. Vamos look uncoordinated. They look chaotic. They look awkward. They look weird. But funnily enough, That's exactly what you need in this meta. With the Assassins, I actually think Error 404, not GOAT, I should say, will do really well.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm there with you because I feel like everyone has their doubts for Vamos, but now we're looking at Team Falcons Mena. They already quite a lot of the doubts come wildcard because, again, people thought maybe they'd be top 4, maybe at most top 3, but they made it all the way through.
Someone's
again,
also
like
watch
you said,
partying
that was
here.
the tank meta in the jungle. We'll see how Boyet adjusts.
Meta report, I love this.
How do you guys feel about this meta report here? 84 unique heroes in 69 games at MWI, Mirko.
84 heroes, 69 games.
I think it's very healthy if you look at MWI, but
Very
just
diverse.
like last year, I feel like if you look at MSC,
Valeric
MWI,
is a
we're
top
seeing
guy.
completely
Allus,
different metas
only
here.
Allus and
Especially
Hanabi, only on one
those
team.
weird picks like the
It's
Hanabi,
very,
I don't think
very,
we're going to be seeing it here
very weird.
at MSC. I think we're going to see many more assassins and less healers.
Yeah, this is why
6'7", tank utility.
In Group A, there's a little bit more room for you to test out new things because here's the thing. It does seem like there's a meta where with 16 different teams, everyone can have their own identity and possibly not get punished that much. The only thing that I feel like would be so punished
6'7".
if they have 0 early game, right? All mid and late game. Other than that, I'm actually looking forward to how the meta shapes up.
I'm really looking forward to how this is going to work out. And obviously, our first match of the day introduces Team Vamos.
I'm gonna
One of the
follow Ray and Day
stars,
right
the
now.
youngest stars here in the tournament, Error 404. We had a chance to catch up with the man who was so aptly named based on maybe a little bit of a mistake, but now it is caught on and caught by fire here in the MLBB community about how he's feeling going into the first match of MSC.
We're now back here with Error 404 from Team Vamos. This is your first international. How are you
Yes.
feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit nervous but excited at the same time.
Nervous but excited. But more nervous or more excited?
But I think more excited.
More excited. That's what we want to hear. Because I heard, back home, in MPL MY, your heart rate's always off the charts. It's always above
Yeah.
130. Is that true?
That's very, very true.
That's true. Why? Why is it always so high?
I think it's just the adrenaline of the game.
Adrenaline of the game. What do you think today is going to be for you?
I think it's gonna be high also.
What do you think? 140? 150?
40 maybe.
140, maybe 130. But of course, we do see a shift in meta. It looks like the Assassins might be back in the jungle position. Are you excited about that?
Yeah, I'm really excited because
Baumann
it's
is gonna
suddenly patched
return.
back to Assassin's right.
So you like the Assassins?
Yeah, I like-
Are you
I
good
like
at the Assassins?
I would say definitely better than the utility. Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite Assassin?
For now, I think just Fanny.
Fanny, okay. We're going to keep an eye out for that. Do you have any message to your opponent today, Team Falcons Mena?
Good luck, especially to my ex-coach, Coach Pao, and let's give a good match for the viewers today.
All right. Thank you so much.
Or
Over back to you.
JK. Sportsmanship. It's
Well
sportsmanship.
loves the assassin jungle instead of the utility. That's exactly what this meta seems to be offering up, guys. LaFell, your thoughts on here in Error 404?
I mean, like, first of all, good shout out that Coach Pao that used to coach for Vamos is now in Falcons Mena. So he should know quite a lot about the kids. And I got to say, something about Error 404, we know a lot of energy, right? Marco, you would understand this kind of energy where you're all in a hotel room and you know where each other's rooms are. He will go to your room and just keep on ringing it, and then when you open, he'll come in, he'll run around, jump on the bed a bit, and then get out.
He's got that energy for sure.
No, he's done it. He's done it to casters, he's done it to some of the players. So they're like, you know what? He's a good player, but oh my goodness, is he annoying.
So that's why he's got the beats per minute that high.
Dude,
He's just running around jumping on everybody's
Always
bed.
140. It's insane. During draft, 140.
You don't realize mobile games, you could just do a lot of physical activity, unlike just being at a PC. So, one of the benefits is that he gets the ranking up at that point. He's that good. 17
I'm gonna
years
post
old, the
on
start of
FB.
Team Vamos. We'll see what he can do. But we also had a chance to catch up with Team Falcons Mena. This is a team that, again, did not make it last year to 2025's MSC and did not come in as the expected winner of the wild card, but somehow they are here. We had a chance to catch up with Boyet about why.
Hey, Turner here for a pre-match interview with Boyet right before his match. So, quick checkup. Boyet, coming from wildcards now, going into the first day of groups. How is the preparation like for the team?
For the preparation, we don't know because we never practice because my teammate go to their home and try to study, and me, I'll go back to Philippines and try to fix my visa for this wild card, for this EWC.
Okay, so you don't have as much time to practice,
Yeah.
but obviously you do have a hold of the meta, right? You have a hold of the meta, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. Because in wildcards we saw a lot more, tank junglers, and now we're seeing a lot of assassins. Well, we're getting rumors about more assassins. Are you familiar with this?
Yeah, I'm familiar because I'm playing around game before we come here. So I think the team pretty much know about the meta.
But it's all good, right?
Yeah, all good maybe.
Maybe. Boyet, you gotta give us
We don't
something
know
here.
because we never practiced. Like we just met when we arrived here. So and this is the first time we play. Like
I wish you all the best.
yeah, thank you.
Good luck for this first match, okay? I'm gonna give you a handshake here. Good luck.
Yeah.
Do you have anything to say to anyone before your match?
To anyone, mostly our supporter, keep supporting us, and we'll try our best this MSC. And to our enemy, vamos. Good luck, have fun, and let's give them let's give a fans a good match.
And good match we will see. Thank you so much. Over, back to you.
Well, looking to give the fans a good match.
I'm getting updated
That
with
message goes out to
the Beyblade
anyone.
tournaments
I
right
love
now.
that MLBB has such fun commentators and players to work with. Mirko, you're nodding there. Yeah, special message from Boyet.
All right, Boyet, the message to anyone, I like
anyone.
that. I like the anyone message. But who the heck was that? To your opponents, good luck, have fun. Where was the Boyet from Wildcard, bro?
Bro, they gotta step onto the stage, okay?
Nah, nah.
Eterna was there. She was making
Listen,
it nervous.
nah,
so she's
nah,
like,
nah, nah.
"Well, I'm good, maybe.
Eterna has been making people nervous, I think.
That's true.
That's been happening.
I'm nervous."
Hey, Turner, you gotta stop, all right? But I think Boyet and Error 404, one thing I want to see for sure isn't just the assassins, but I want to see the taunt. I want to see the emotion. These two players bring out the most out of a match by yelling a lot of I love yous.
A lot of I love yous,
A
of
lot of I
course.
love yous
I love
in
you.
Malay and in Tagalog. So
Yes.
I don't see that. I'll be very disappointed.
And Mirko
I love you.
can't yell right now. And so that's why he needs you to yell
Okay.
for him, because he's kind
You
of
know what I
living
mean.
vicariously through your yell. So make sure you do it. By the way, make sure you also get your pick'ems in, guys. It's EWC 2026, so you already know you got to be a part of it. You have $300,000 that you could potentially earn your share of. So make sure to get your pick'ems in for this match.
This is a
It's
shark
open now.
edge.
Get them in very, very quickly. All right, gentlemen, I'll go with you, LaFell. What's the biggest story here? Who has to get going? We talked about Arrow 404, talked about Boyet. Who needs to be the star of this game for their team to have success? Let's start with Team Vamos. Is it all Arrow 404, or who else needs to support him?
I mean, like, here's the thing. Yeah, it's a good thing I'm doing Vamos because they're my boys for this
I know,
one.
yeah. Your
So
boys.
Vamos, the story coming in is there's always a lot of doubts because right now everyone has the same idea that Malaysia should only have one representative, and that's SRG because they are far ahead against anyone from Malaysia. So Vamos coming in, Arrow 404 is the new generation. He's supposed to be the new face, the young guy coming in, but then the rest of his team, a lot of veterans supposedly there to support him. So I want them to be able to prove all the doubts wrong and actually show up and make it to the knockout stage.
See, we got all those wise words for Vamos. I think for Falcons Mena, it's kind of sad, but it's true right now. It's just play your game because it's so weird. We heard it in an interview with Eterna earlier. Boyet said they didn't practice. I'll give you another fun fact. I got this from Boyet and Sanji, not the mid laner, the XB laner for Falcons. He said they didn't practice for wild cards either. They're coming here with just the power of friendship, dude. Like
The
pure power of friendship. That's what Falcons Mena have. So at this point, I'm thinking, how do they synergize together?
Gentlemen, before we get started, it's tough because we're coming in first day. We haven't seen the meta develop. We have ideas of it. Any predictions heading into this one?
I think
Close set? Are we seeing
close.
close?
Full 3 games for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that definitely can be the case in terms of the heroes. I'm looking forward for Vamos to use a setter for supply, something like an Arlet, and then come into the in the jungle. Either a Ling or a Nolan, it's kind of like Arrow 4 style of play. I'm thinking more of the Nolan to be safe, but if they see an opportunity, I would like to see the Ling.
I would love to see fast from Air 404. Yet maybe he actually takes this assassin meta to subvert our expectations. Maybe he goes for the utility jungle because we've seen a lot of it already at MWI.
Well, high expectations.
Countdown.
That
Let's go.
is one way to describe
Opening ceremony?
what MSC means
Where are the
to these
audience?
players. Another
Are
way
there
to describe it
are
is
there
what
supposed
is at
are
the
they
end.
supposed to be seats at the
$1
back?
million and a chance at glory, regional pride, and the moment that every player dreams of capturing a championship.
Countdown. Let's see the
MLBB
opening.
Begin.
W. 4 drums. I love the glow in the dark. LED drums. Oh, Acrobat. Oh, is it the same? Have we seen this before? Is it the? Excuse me. I mean, they are trained. Like, what if they kick the table? What if they break the tables? What would happen if they break one of the devices in the tables? Oh, WW cartwheel. Breakdancing time. I wish I could do that. Hell yeah. Mobile Legends Bang Bang MSC 2026. Baksha looks like All Might.
Welcome to MSC at
Milosh and Rose
2026. It is amazing to be back. And ladies and gentlemen, for another year, Rose and Milosh are your hosts for this year of MSC.
What incredible time we had. There you go. That's all the fans out there. Last year we had a lot of fun together on here, Rose. This year we get to do it again. And every summer is MLB.
Hell
season.
yeah.
We had it earlier on where only last week MWI wrapped up and Team Vitality were victorious, but it does not end there for MLBB. You continue on and start off with MSC.
You know what, Milosh? Today we have 16 teams, the best
Milosh
in the world,
or
battling
Milosh.
for their nation's
Love
pride,
him.
prize money, and of course, club championship points.
A lot on the line for all of these teams, as you said. So how about we bring them out on stage for you? So big introductions. First up with Team Falcons Philippines. Flap, Kyle, Hachi, Super Marco, and Ogwen.
They're back, baby.
And up next, we have Guangzhou Gaming, Modi, Recall,
Coach Red.
May, CY.
Guangzhou Gaming.
Hometown Heroes Team Vitality. Shogun, Niles,
The goats!
Moreno,
It's the goats of Miracle!
and Finn.
Eman, my goat. If they win, that's gonna be huge.
Making their international debut, True Rippers.
India.
Jans Asuna, Kimi Garcia.
International debut. It's already big
Please welcome Team
by itself.
Spirit. Kid Bama, Czar Egoist,
Let's go.
Sunset Lover, Hiko, and Sao.
Kid Bomba! Love him. I met the guy. Such a chill dude.
Time for Ignite Gaming.
Singapore.
Diablo, Kelvin,
Diablo,
Roy,
W.
JCS.
Man, bring back XP Badang. Can they bring back XP Badang?
Esports. Aizen,
I mean, like,
Zeno,
those who are
Kono,
good in supporting
Yaga,
must
and
always be,
Shen.
like, used in tandem, using combos. Yeah.
Please welcome Pro Esports. Sorry, I'm Felix, Coily, Sa, PP, and Kuzen.
Kaizen. It's Kaizen. People are saying pro. If people are saying pro should be on top 4, they're either optimistic or Cambodian.
Lunar, Kenzie, Rosa,
Aurora Gaming.
and Pagu.
I just found out that Conor McGregor is in collaborations with Aurora.
And of course, it is Onyx time.
Orektar.
We have
Orektar.
Lutfi,
Orektar. Orektar.
Kyrie, Sans, Keyboy, Kelra.
Onik. Di atas langit ada Onik. 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 Di atas langit ada Onik. Langit ada Onik.
Akashi, Hide on Bush, Shin, Doom, and Vakoon.
And please welcome Yangon Galacticus. Ying, Han, Kaiser, Blink, Sanji.
Sorry, I missed it. There's another Sanji.
Kaiser, Blink, Sanji.
There's another Sanji.
No Hop and Pop It, Selangor Red Giants.
Potential winners.
Stormy, Innocent,
For chance.
Yums, and Sakai's.
The main 5. Innocent haircut. Innocent got a haircut.
Of course, for our opening match of the day, we have Team Vamos. Sapat, Error 404, Klokun, Zekif, Natko.
Team Vamos. Vamonos. Let's go. Come on, let's get to it. We could do it.
It takes 2 to tango, so please welcome their opponents, Team fucking Smina! Sanji, Boyet, Cuffin,
Do we have
Sano,
3
and
Sanjis?
Troll.
Are we serial right now?
And you know what? We mentioned 16 teams, but now only 15 are on stage, and we don't even have a trophy yet.
I think that's coming in a special way, so please join me in welcoming our MSC 26 trophy held by our MSC 2025 at EWC Champions, Team Liquid!
Special entrance. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Sanford, Carl TZ, Sanji, Teddy, and JP.
I'm gonna move some stuff a bit.
Title. Team Liquid is in the arena.
I'm gonna move some stuff a bit. Hold on.
16 of the best teams in the world. Eyes on the prize. And of course, as we head into the land of dawn, only the best will prevail. It's time to rise above.
Bloodshed, tears, and glory. Bloodshed, tears, and glory. The Land of Dawn calls for contenders once again.
Against all odds, GK Esports is here to win MPL MENA Season 9.
Guangzhou Gaming! They go straight to the main stage. Ignite Gaming! MPLSG Season 11 crowns a new team. True Rippers are your champions.
The place where a new chapter begins. the newcomers.
MSC at the EWC Paris. For many of us, this is our first. We may be the underdogs.
We may have sacrificed everything to come this far.
We'll prove why we belong here.
It's the first MCT Grand Finals, and Entity will be your first champions.
Bro, esports is the reigning champion.
Team of Falcons will push forward to the main stage of MSC.
Congratulations, vamos, as you punched your ticket to France for EWC.
Breaking barriers, defying limits. The aggressors come with nothing to lose.
We carry the expectations of our country, our families.
The fans who believed in us.
This is the stage we've been working toward.
Maybe this is where a new Dutch house is born.
Aurora Gaming have wiped the Young Gun Galacticos out.
Megatron have not merely joined the Kings, they have become the Kings. And the Dragons of the North defend their Empire spirit.
Challengers of the throne, the Titans stand ready.
We have already achieved what many thought was impossible.
Whether it's defending our regional title
or taking down the champions of our region.
We're here to break curses and set new milestones.
Falcons AP Runner moving on through the grand finals.
Slangor Red Giants are your new champions. MSC 2023 champions. Honor!
Team Liquid is your grand champions.
Right, sorry. Just moving some stuff.
The names that shaped history, the kings and legends.
It's been a while since we stepped foot.
I'm gonna have 3 monitors open right now. Hold on a minute.
An international title.
Our fight continues because our story isn't finished.
Our legacy awaits.
W. Carl!
The journey to rise above.
I'm gonna switch up my monitors for a bit. I am so sorry, guys.
And Team Liquid bringing in the trophy, letting everyone know that they have been put on notice. They are going for the defense of MSC. What a journey that was, seeing you guys were hyped on that. Yeah. Before we even jump into this game, the draft starting soon, just, Mirko, what does this mean for these teams coming here to play for MSC?
This means everything, man. This means everything for all the players, not just playing for EWC, going to Paris for MLBB. You know, I don't think any of these players, I think I speak for a lot of the talents as well, no one expected this game to bring us all the way to Europe, to Paris. To compete here, it's an honor for them, and to represent their regions, their organizations, it means everything in the world and more.
Gentlemen, you know what I saw there. It's a lot of motive. But before that, this is my champions pick.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's two
no.
champions,
Oh no.
one
Oh no.
game. My champions
the
event is now live from now until July
Revert.
27th. So make sure to
okay,
get
there.
involved. LaFell, you were saying.
Like I said, man, watching that video, it was so high because the thing that I got...
That yellow border is annoying me.
Here, there's more than one reason why they are here. They got the spirit. They got the energy. They're fighting for their family, their friends, the pride of their country, and also just to take down the final boss. And Carl, like, that was such a hero shot by saying, try. I'm here. I'm waiting. If you guys can't stop me, I'm going to win it over and over again.
If we were to tell a story before it happened, and we were going to give a little bit of a prelude and an idea of what could be the story for Team Vamos or Falcons Meta before they jump into the draft, Mirko, what would it be? Would it be rising against the unthinkable odds to secure what no one expected them to have? In your words, how would you put what begins right now?
Absolutely. I think especially after that opening, you saw the peak of MLBB. Now we go all the way down to surface level. This is where Vamos and
The yellow
Falcons
border
Heck,
around me
Falcons
is
had to start
annoying.
below sea level.
Jeez.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Everyone
Okay, I have another monitor
they're
open, so
good
I'm gonna
enough
close this.
to come here at EWC.
So that I
But
can
once
use this
you're here, good
for other
enough is
stuff.
not it. Even being your best is not enough. even being perfect sometimes is not enough. You have to somehow break your opponents in the process.
Nothing is granted.
And good enough is not good enough. I like that. You got to somehow be your best, but you have to also let all the things that happen in a tournament happen and still survive those bounces. We've seen it in the World Cup that just ended. The ball doesn't always bounce your way. You have to navigate those moments where things feel good or they don't feel good, Mirko. And as we do narrow in and we see the big picture, we get a chance to now kind of focus our attention on two teams that are climbing that mountain. And in this way, as we take a look at the map reveal, it starts that mini moment of, hey, this is going to be what we're playing. Broken Walls looks like it's going to be the map. LaFell, what are your
Okay,
thoughts
we
on
are
that?
in the
Well,
draft
one of my
already.
thoughts is this might be
Beautiful.
just a little bit better for
You won't see the
Falcons
data.
Mena here because they might go
You
for
won't
a
see the data
composition
right
that has
now.
a tank jungle that can
Or
go
or
for
do you
early
do you
and
want
able
to?
get out of that scot-free. And Broken Walls may not be the very best for picks like the Fanny or the Ling. We'll see whether even
I think for
in
the
that
I think for the
situation,
sake of
Air
like,
Force
you
will
know,
still go for those picks.
And as we do look at these picks,
for the
and
sake
again, narrowing
of
down, we see the map. Now it's time to almost start looking at what is the
no
composition. because
content,
this idea
like
of the
showing
jungle
the
has
stream
been
of
something you
like
guys have been
what
discussing
the
in the
thing
green room
is.
quite a bit.
I'll show
Mirko,
it.
for those coming in, do you really expect to see a lot of, I guess, the unique heroes that we saw at MWI increase because that jungle has become more available?
All right.
I think we're going to be
So
seeing
the
a
first
lot
in
more of
schedule
those heroes,
is
but not the
Vamos
ones that we saw at
versus
MWI. A few of those heroes we already saw at
Falcons
MWI.
Mena.
Again, a lot of utility jungle usage all the way to the grand finals. I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more aggressive picks here. Assassins coming down, and even maybe a bit more diversity in mid. We've been talking a lot about the jungle. I think now we need to move our focus into the mid lane. In the last few years of MLBB, it almost seems like it's just been 1 to 3 heroes in the mid lane. I think the meta has opened up a lot. I think a lot of picks that you guys back at home aren't expecting will be coming out because of the assassin
versus
picks. Those vulnerable heroes like the Yi, like the Farsas, or even the Gords that have been meta for a while may not see the light of day. Heck, we might see more heroes like the Kadita, the Eudora to deal with the assassins.
So that entire meta shifting because there's more pressure.
Yes.
From the dangerous jungles.
It's volatile.
That'll be interesting
I'll have to make sure
see.
if
And you know, I
I'm
want
using
to
the
go
right
back to it.
initials,
Star players.
yep.
I mean, we talked about Arrow 404.
And Marcel
but
is a
Zeke
blue
as well
band.
has been somebody who is
Marcel is a
been
blue
that
band.
new version of Team Vamos trying to claim that youth. LaFell, how do you feel about just this team, Zeke, Arrow 404, their synergy coming into this?
Their synergy is amazing because the thing about Zekiv is
Fanny is the
redefining how he should be
ban.
playing the role,
Okay.
which might be quite interesting in this current
It's
meta
very
because
different. It's different
he can
already.
play a front line. He can be the toughest guy just to get all the ults out and then
Gotta
let
make
it
sure
be safe for
Fanny
his team
is
to go in.
part
But
of
also,
the thing.
sometimes there's a situation where he
Yep.
has to be the carry. Where
Okay,
he
we're back to
deals
like
some
MSC
damage dealers,
MSC
where,
men's
sure, eventually
territory.
he will toughen up. He will be that front line, but in the early game, he makes life hell for the opposing jungler. So I want to see if they want to go for that kind of strat here. And Zekiv is one of the new prospects coming out of Malaysia to be a top roamer here in the international stage.
Expect a lot of that, by the way. Hirara, Fanny, both banned out. From what I've heard, those are two most prioed heroes. The Atlas is first pick prio for Team Vamos. This
Hirara.
will erase a lot of that pressure. And actually, a lot of the comfort picks from Falcons Mena. They've been playing utility
Hirara,
jungle with an Atlas here. It's gonna
ATL.
be very, very tough to pull it off. So they might have to already move in a different direction.
Boyette and
I
Sanji
cannot type for
trying to do their
shit.
best with the 2-pick response.
Atlas, Carry,
Just kind of sets
Esme,
the team
Prio,
picking second on the defensive end, so they don't get to set the tempo of
Esme.
this draft.
Yeah, especially because I feel like for now, in terms of the roam, there's not a lot of counters for it. It's a very safe early pick. It's really the EXP as well as the jungle that can really get counter out.
Esme,
So I kinda feel like
Belleric,
that's something
is-
that Vamos
Belleric
wants
is
to be careful
early.
of. If they see certain picks coming up from Falcons Meta, that makes it much easier,
Warlock,
then
okay.
they will go for it. But look at this. Falcons Meta already picking up
Valentina.
Violet as well as the Valentina. The Valentina, I think, is just an overall okay pick, but also maybe to deny of a potential pick for the Sora. But the thing is, Paquito is still
Golden
there.
Wall's the first map.
Esmeralda is still there. There's still good picks for Vamos here. So the Arlet, I think maybe just to take it away from Supai, but also doesn't it show that Falcons, they want to pick up a Nakai later?
Could be. The Guinevere gets picked up, though, for Team Vamos. So they need a little bit more damage in gold or mid. There you go, the Eudora.
Eudora!
I was going to say, against the Valentina, this is an amazing pick. And I've been hearing a lot in scrims. this hero isn't just in the meta.
Yeah.
It is prio. It is a first phase pick. Falcons meta lean back to their comfort, and I'm so happy we get to see the Eudora.
Eudora.
Talking about it
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
I'm called to watch party.
It's surprising.
I'm called to watch party. I'm gonna be with people later.
Using her ult. So this is gonna be very interesting. Right now we're looking at the opening picks coming in from both teams. Rather similar, except for Rome as well as EXP. We see here for Vamos and
Hold
Falcons
on,
Meta,
I'm gonna lower the
they have
volume
their
for a bit.
junglers as well as their mids. For Vamos, they have a roamer, and for Falcons Meta,
Manel.
they have their EXP. For now, Falcons
Hello?
Meta, it does look like they're going for more team fight competition, a lot of crowd control and a lot of AoE.
Lolo?
From Vamos here, there's a lot of
Rinig?
crowd control.
Bro, the Eudora is
Eudora. Yep.
is released.
May
Team.
may news sa galing kay Mirko. I think it's already, yeah. As per Mirko,
Kahit sa kahit sa scrims, lumalabas talaga.
sa scrims daw, naging pro si Eudora. Which I see it. Alam mo yung bagong mechanics, diba? Naging tuloy-tuloy yung first kill niya.
Sa stack, pag nag-stack.
Pag may marka. I see it. I see the vision, pero the problem is still mobility, pero she can complement a lot of the compositions talaga.
Yeah. Kasi ano lang talaga siya eh. One combo lang din talaga yung Eudora eh, no? Pag wala ng spell, wala nang magagawa, free kill na.
Not just one combo, tuloy pa rin siya. Kahit cooldown build yung bagong build sa kanya. Cooldown.
Lalo na kung naka-upload pa tong kalaban. Walang takas Eudora dyan. Si Amy. Hey, kamusta ka? Ay, gagi na wala. Gustahin ko pa lang sana si Amy. Because I've waited
Beleric
for
is still the
years.
ban.
Waited for...
Cho confirmed Akai jungle. Chose the pick.
Yes, yes.
They need
Kulang sila ng gold, no?
They need... I think they have the... May wave clear naman
May isa
sila.
pang lumilitaw eh. May isa pang lumilitaw sa scrims na gold lane. Gusto ko makita.
Sino Bruno? Ay.
Hindi.
Di pa pick.
Mamaya.
Di pa pick ngayon?
Di pa.
Nathan?
Na, bro. Later, pag lumabas, doon ko na lang sasabihin.
Pag hindi nangyari, di tumimik na.
Pag antayin na lang natin kung lalabas. Dalawang hero yun eh, dalawa sa gold lane, dalawa.
Sana rin nalabas na sa MWI eh.
Hindi siya. I believe hindi siya lumabas sa MWA eh.
Sa MSC, brother.
Sa MSC sana lumabas. Kasi yung Yudo lumabas na eh. Inaantay ko na lang Ling, tapos yung dalawang gold lane, if ever.
Leslie?
Hindi. Hindi lumabas.
Sino ba? Leslie?
Hindi Leslie. Basta sobrang sobrang cheese pick niya.
Ixia.
Bro. Di ko na huwag ko na walaan Reash. Basta lalabas din yan. May gagamit nun. Feeling ko, may lalabas.
If it's Mia.
Hopefully may gumamit.
Tapos yung use rate niya sa RG.
It's obviously a great showcase of two teams coming in with different strategies. Nako and Sano in the gold lane trying to go toe to toe in terms of
Wala, yung sila lang iisip ko. Mia Leslie.
Yung Leslie, ewan ko.
Laban sa
Leslie.
Laban sa tanky comp, sa San Mayo, may true damage sana sa ang tawag dito. Yung Berserker.
Hindi natatalan.
May na-flicker agad si Teklokun. Okay.
Yun yung mahirap siguro. Madaling ma-earlyhan. Madaling maurahan sa early. Ayun o. Dalawang minions yung
medyo medyo robot ka.
The Eudora, it went through an interesting change, man. I mean, when it was its older self, you know, she kind of had a one kind of trick, like, here's my ultimate, here's a bunch of damage. But now I know LaFell mentioned it. You know, you can actually do quite a bit of
Kilon is not doing good in the early game.
Yan yung pinaka-problema. Pag isa lang skill niya, tapos wala siyang pang ano, pang peel, mahirapan siya. Pero level 2 na siya, so you have to get that passive din.
Kung na-miss out niya, matik hindi makikado sa third.
You can start getting some movement speed on top of extra DPS. So you start kiting around these people if you can apply it more effectively.
Pero initially, kung turtle fight, di niya naman kailangan ano eh. Kailangan niya lang makastan eh. Doon na papapasok si Guinevere. How happy are you, Rayash, that Guinevere is making so many appearances in tournaments?
Very happy. I mean, I can see it all the time na.
No.
Pero I'm also sad kasi hindi na siya knowledge check pag sa RG.
Innate synergy between each other, right? They've played together so much.
Ay, Chun-Li skin pala to. Chun-Li.
W.
Wow!
Change stun, bro. Good change stun, bro.
Sanji.
Yun lang. Oh no, nabaliktad pa.
Not enough damage. Another one.
GG.
Ala. Vamos.
Ganda ng pasok ni Boyet. Ganda ng heavy spin niya.
I forgot, it's Team Vamos.
Yeah.
Is it enough damage? I'm gonna replay that part. Wait now.
Dapat nag-ulti ka.
I mean, nag-jump siya.
After niya mag-jump, ulti ulit.
Ulti, it's not enough damage. Not enough damage talaga. What I usually do every time before I engage, naging puno yung passive ko. Like, no matter what. Kasi nung pinasok ni Aero 404, hindi pa puno yung passive. So, there's no extra bits of damage bago ka mag-apply ng ultimate. If he had that passive, if he had the passive basic attack and then the first kill in, patay sana si Sanji.
And across the board too. Troll, again, one of the, I would say he's a prominent Cho player. This is probably his best or one of his best picks that he brings to the table. It's
And I'm pretty sure Sanji also has like kahit isang robe for tough boots. Okay, tuloy ito.
Restricted tayo. Change stun. Oh.
Wala. As a Guinevere main, I am so criticism.
Stat check for now. Here's another. Oh, now once again, getting the superconductor off, but Boyet, well-timed heavy spin. Now this is the big issue that I'm seeing, right? Because Vamos, they've got a lot of wombo combo tech. If Falcons, Mina, are in the right place at the right time, that heavy spin kind of counters everything. Same can be said.
What is Vamos doing, bro?
But the fact that everybody has flickers.
Walay.
Say walay, bro. Say walay.
Say walay, bro. Say walay. Level 5 na. 2 level gap between roamers.
Very unusual nga yun eh. Makakita ka ng level gap tapos gamit mo gamit mo utility. Lamang.
Okay, there's a combo. Okay.
Ayun, good combo, sir. Nice.
Okay, that's what they need. That's what they need at the very least.
Actually, good momentum na yun eh.
They get some bounty gold. Isang 1 kill bounty. Yun, so they reverted the gold lead to 3 digits.
And they can burn the heavy spin here.
Nice. I like the way that Vamos is taking advantage of this, right? Initially,
Glowing Wand is the first item for Clockbone.
that lane should be basically done for, and then we can go straight
I-post niyo yung live, guys. Restrict tayo ni Toctics. Live din tayo sa Blue Up.
Ako sa Red 2. No. I mean,
Red Up na may tube. Yan.
pag sinabi kong Red Tube, edi mali yun.
surprising to see that despite Natco not exactly having the greatest of matchups into this Bruno, that Bruno usually is the one who takes down the first.
Yo, faction!
It's Natco.
Sorry, you ate dinner. One of my classmates from the Talent Academy, si Onel. Say hi to Faction of Secrets.
I call it the gold lane experience, and for a Claude especially, you want to hit that power.
Eudora is picked. It's we haven't seen much of it yet.
You know, right now both gold laners are set off in a really good momentum in their own. This is
Prediction Falcons. I'm going Falcons.
but not gonna happen. Now Natco can just go ahead and switch over sides and continue to farm up.
I think what you meant
Base
was
check.
actually Claude
Oh no.
who gets it faster. His items are
Had to use
significantly
ultimate to
cheaper
prove.
compared to, like, Berserkers
Had to use
here,
ultimate
Claws,
for
right,
CC
coming in
immune.
from Sano. So the fact that we're seeing Natco already doing so well. Oh boy, this
Play the Dragon Boy. Ah! I pick off.
Ganda na ipit.
Yun na kailangan.
One of the disadvantages ng Atlas, sobrang
It's one-dimensional. It's easy punished.
pwede mong pick off ng early game.
What a disengage.
It shouldn't be anywhere close. I'm not 100% sure this.
Uy, bakit bigla nagsiswitch?
Buong
Uy. Bigla.
It's not the game player cam. Okay. Chance for a pick.
Player cam yun ah.
Natco is the one who gets it. Okay.
Oh, Natco.
Very weird. They might be cooking.
For Vamos.
Hold on.
Okay. Ganda. Sanji with 3 eyes.
Coffin.
Troll with
Desperation.
2
Ah, di pa nilagpas dun sa wall.
Wala.
Oh, Vamos is leading.
Ganda ng pindutan ng ano doon, ng Vamos doon, guys.
Oh, it's you. It is you. Alright.
Ang kate. Oo nga, Sir Chino eh. Ang kate nga eh. Partida di pa naka-earn. Di sila naka-earn.
Fictional group name.
Kinusuhan ni Natco eh.
OC Company. Alright.
Yeah, it's actually kind of ridiculous. I'm not 100% sure. I think maybe one recall is what I spotted out in the beginning phase, but then after that, not 100% sure how badly it went for him. But it's great for Natco. Like this
Bigay na sana yun pag gano'n. No choice ka na, nilima ka na sa gitna eh. Ganda na sipa.
Damn.
Pag nakagalaw.
Whoa!
Uy!
What a counter! What a count! Oh my god!
Good counter, sir.
And the final slash.
Nice. Ganda ng re-engage ni Boyet doon, guys. Good heavy spin.
Okay, it's just brawl server talaga to. Gagi.
And kills.
Aray.
Ganto, gagi. Hindi walang nagawa yung Guinevere. Sayang. Nakuha niya na yung combo. Nakuha na nila yung combo eh.
Yeah, that's essentially brought it to an even game for this first Lord now, as both teams fought for position. If you want to look at the upper hand for Vamos, it's they've got a couple extra turrets down, right? So they got a little bit more space to work with on the map. But Lord, and the fact that you also have Anakai in the hands of Boyet, and you have this kind of tanky front line to deal with this.
Puro suntukan. Pag Pinas yan, wala ka masyadong makikita ng suntukan. Iba yan eh.
He's got his own, so they're gonna take their time with this.
Oh, look at this.
Resetting. Iba yung angulo dun sa si Troll but he revealed himself. Oh no.
Oh, pwede yan, Cho.
Okay. Ambush
bro,
play.
Wala silang pang ano.
They're composed. Falcons composed. Divine Glaive for Eudora. Troll get the kick. One more combo.
Ayun, alam nilang
What the hell?
Uy, kuha pa din. Nice, gagi. Wala nagpil sa Bruno.
Damn.
Bakit wala nagpil sa Bruno? Asan yung...
Were they busy on the Lord? I'm
Kasi
going
hindi naman kaya
back.
mag-peel ng Balin eh.
I'm going
ano
back.
yun, kung Eve or Zushin, kaya mag-peel nun sa Bruno.
Oh, Sepat found him. That's why. Walang ano. He's right at the back. He's just Sepat actually went through. Sepat found a way. It's not their fault. Sobrang
Tsaka na ano
eh.
hindi ginamit ni Boyet pang peel yung heavy spin or pang protect.
Pang ano is you gotta go one of them. Oh no.
Eh no, ganda no.
Oh my god.
Napasama pa yung heavy spin. Joke lang. I mean, good turnaround so first Lord, not gonna lie. It's a good turnaround.
Oh, Sano's online.
Good spin by Zekweef.
Zekeef.
Zekeef?
Alam mo ibig sabihin ng queef?
I don't know what the fuck does that mean?
Di mo alam?
No, the fuck?
Yeah. Basta i-search mo sa Google.
Oh shit. The fuck? Zekeef?
Keef, not queef.
Yeah.
Gag.
The fuck, bro? I'm so sorry, guys. Sino kayo dyan sa busy ata yung mga ibang nasa talent academy, boss.
Busy ba?
Busy pa sila. Bisa nasa Senado. Oh no. Napilit siya.
Oh no.
Ganda ang ginagawa dito ng Falcons. Puso sila, guys.
Troll found the mark. Purify wasn't available because it was used in the last team fight that they had
Successfully,
trying to defend the base. They knew right to go for Natco. They took him out. Essentially, what does that do? It buys more time for Falcons Mena to kind of get back into this game. They've whittled down a goal lead a little bit, but essentially, it's if they can find a pickoff, sometimes it might even be popping that Purify, you know, and that might be the case if you can get these battle spells down. Then your game plan for Team Falcons can be executed faster or better. And that's what Troll has been trying to do here. Now this Lord is up. Second one of the game. Troll's going to zone out Clockhoon.
They've already used space migration at this point. How are they going to close the distance? The back
Okay, combo.
They're immediately focusing their onto Sanji.
They lose one. Boyet. Oh my god!
Uy, kaya niya!
I don't know what...
Oh man, again, Team Falcons, it looked like they didn't know exactly
I have so
the team fight there. And
I have so many questions.
Crazy, man. Crazy. Wala
Another
nagpipili sa
one.
Bruno.
Wala. Damn. Eudora. Sanji. Final slash. Kaya ba? Dash. Can you regen? Nope. I am Shuketh.
I see Vamos as these young guns, but this is the first time I've seen them so eager to win.
Yeah, this was a game that they knew they wanted to cap out as soon as they saw the light at the end of the tunnel. For game one, anyway. You know, it was very quick with how they shifted things in their favor. They adjusted their fighting prowess around the objectives, and that was the main thing. They also really excelled punishing some positioning.
Eudora won in the first match of MSC. Welcome back.
Stage for wildcard, you know, or for MSC. You have a lot of things that can be adjusted from this as we take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think there were a couple of missed moments for
Pero legit.
Their over-eagerness did eventually...
Even though pwede ka rin magano one shot si Eudora, but she still has the ability to be a battle mage.
Obviously, they had some sort of a plan.
Eudora can have a battle mage playstyle.
But they always managed to kind of push the...
Pero in reality, Falcons Mena just have a lot of... 5! Oh my god, 5 health too early. Nung ni-retrieve, 5 HP lang natira. What the hell?
The amount of lead that he And being able to follow someone like Sapano on that Lapu Lapu really gave you the space to just do so many things. And again, look at these highlights, especially this team fight. Team fight, they had the idea, they had to get
Medyo,
Renato, they
you're
had
so
to
you're so robot. What the hell?
get him out of the picture.
What's
But
going
even
on?
then, I feel like they were just not able to go toe-to-toe in terms of fighting, even if they got Nako out of the picture.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the hard stat check, you know? You can't keep up with somebody who's got more items than you. They're naturally going to beat you if they have more numbers. But I think that Falcons have some really good ideas, and Vamos is not invincible. This over-eagerness to try and, hey, we could win this fight. I'm going to start things up. You guys have to follow up. And unfortunately, they fail to forget that these are some of the best teams in the world. They're not going to miss that opportunity to sucker punch you when you're not looking.
Yeah, one of the things here, that's game one. We're going to be throwing it over back to the studio.
I think it's very wombo combo heavy.
Great commentary on that game one, and Vamos takes the win, and they were not Vamosable, as we were saying backstage or on the studio. Welcome back. My name's Rain Day. I'm joined by Mirko and LaFell to break down the action in game one. Mirko, Vamos had a lot to say in that game. Sometimes it went well. Sometimes you couldn't really understand what they were talking about, and they let some of that lead go, but they ended up closing it out.
Yeah, as Gideon mentioned, man, it's just classic Vamos. Over-eagerness to make plays, over-eagerness to be aggressive in the early game, trying to utilize that composition. Got them in a few dicey situations, like that crazy miscoordination by Sapat and also Error 404 up top. But, you know, all is good.
Ayun, nakat na. Ang kulit dito sa Tagalog broadcast, di nila naririnig si Direk.
Okay, you're good na. What were you saying kanina? Kasi puro ka robot eh.
Ano ka robot yung ano ko?
Oh.
Yung sa meta ngayon, feeling ko mid-prayo talaga.
Mid-prayo? Yung meta?
Yeah. Dapat nang balit eh, feeling ko eh. Kailangan talaga Eve, Jushin, Lilia. Mga ganong type.
Masyadong ultraline si Valentina, no? So, there's a lot of parang, how do you say it?
Sapat on the Lapu Lapu, obviously a big initiator and help that team zone out. But also, I mean, in terms of
There are two things you need to have in mind in Valentina is the mid prio and the ultimate that you take in order to get that set up. And that's the problem. You have to balance the two. If you're focused on one aspect that you need to do as a mage and as a Valentina, then it can be maximized.
Ang daming mali ng ano doon, ng Mena doon. Pero pinakamali talaga nila doon yung kay Sano.
No, there's no peel. I mean, there is peel, pero I think they got overwhelmed with options in those team fights. If they have to go for the team fight or to go defensive, and Team Vamos just punished them.
Feeling ko kasi, nagiging greedy na yung Vaps nung Atlas. So, I feel like yung best option talaga nila was to go defensive. Kasi nakakaipit naman si Boyet kahit hindi sila yung nag-i-engage. Like yung kanina sa mid, di ba? Nag-fatal link si Atlas, tas naka-counter si Boyet. So, I think it's much better kung nakapag-defensive sila dun. Para kahit papano, may nakakapag-protect din kay Sano. Yung mali lang talaga nila.
They went offensive in a lineup that should be defensive in return, I think.
Yeah. Sayang, ang laki pa naman
I think the lineup of Vamos is very engage heavy, and then they have a lot of downtimes that Falcons could have punished. Kaso, Falcons most of the time they went first, which gave Vamos the opening to clap back. Parang baliktad.
Yeah.
Baliktad.
Yeah, parang naging baliktad nga yung sitwasyon.
Everyone can go in, get the combo in. Sila Guinevere, Atlas, wombo combo sila. Pag wala yung skill nila, edi may downtime sila.
On Mena, on the other hand, since sila naman na yung nakakuha ng early game, I think kahit yung Atlas pwede nila sipain eh. Kasi mahirap din talaga abutin yung Eudora. Although naabot nila kanina, pero with that kind of early game na meron sila, they can kick Atlas din. Atlas na lang din eh. Tas yan. Hindi naman na early yan si Sano eh. Kaya niyang makapag-back up kagad sa mga ganong type of engages. And you're a Cho. Parang kailangan mo talaga makakuha ng pick off every once in a while. But ayun nga, sobrang naging passive sila. At the end of the day, yung passive nila, biglang binaliktad nila yung defensive sila in the end.
Thank you very much, Mirko, by the way.
Yeah, great assistance there.
Right now,
There's a lot of errors talaga.
So he actually doesn't have a
Even from Vamos, ang daming error. It's just that whoever makes less of them.
They just want to go for it. As we play the clip here, we see that Troll is moving forward. They don't have full information of where everyone is, and then they just go for Troll because
Kasi sobrang chaotic nung kanina.
that's the biggest aspect of why they lost in the previous fight. So they go on to this, and then
5 HP.
Time if I can release for a bit. Hold on, 1, 2. Okay, hard for me to pause during that moment, but you can definitely see Vamos. They got the turtle, but that was not their intent. Their goal was for the kills, and they were able to do that. So good on Vamos. And then I feel like that's just something.
I thought I was lagging. Lefel kept pausing the replay.
Great assistance there. Assist of the game. We don't have MVP right now. We do have an assist of the game. That was Mirko, assist of the studio segment. Guys, I mean, that was to me also kind of the thing that Vamos made sure they were going to do, which is set the tempo. And I like how they also went to their strengths, which is we may not have the best team fighting team, but we can get individual picks really well. And when we do that, we can win the team fight.
Yeah, I think also, if we're talking about that team fight composition from Falcons Mena that Lefel pointed out, we have to take a look at Falcons Mena's eagerness to be the proactive team. It seems like for the entirety of that match, they were just leaning towards, all right, we're going to punish Vamos when they make a mistake. A few times it happened, but a lot of other times, you could clearly see when they needed to push that turtle fight earlier, they didn't want to. On the Arlet, you need to jump on the Guinevere before the Guinevere jumps on you. And because they were just too reactive, it caused them to lose a lot of those early fights that got the Akai super far behind for the late fights.
All right, well, we'll see what they can do to change things up. Coming up, though, for you, just a reminder that we've got Rhino Day. 2 games and 1 champion. Sorry, a brand new interactive effect. That's what it is.
Rhino Day.
And it's now available. Check it out and join the celebration. So, a brand new interactive effect. Rhino Day, baby. I love it. So it's close to Rain Day right there. It's not. I was like, am I doing something for MLBB?
That's you.
That's you. That's me.
Rainy Day.
Well, I'm definitely down. Go check out Rhino Day. That'll be fun. And I think Mirko, too, when we start looking at game 2, what can we look at Falcons Mena bringing into this next draft that helps them in these moments? Because clearly they didn't suffer from having a good composition, but they did suffer from being able to execute it. And how do they solve that problem?
I think it comes down to, again,
Eudorophobia is back. Her chance.
Right? Instead of going for their own prio picks, they were just reacting to it. They see the Atlas, they go for the Cho and the Akai. They see the Claude, they go for the Bruno. They're just trying to counter, getting these good matchups, but ultimately not having a composition that works together overall, or not even playing into the metagame that well, right? So I think the big mistake coming into game 2 that they should fix would be try to be proactive one. Steal these prio picks away from Vamos before
Robot ko ulit, pre.
Prio picks going to be important here for Vamos and for Falcons Mena. Vamos in this best of 3 have a chance to close it out right after this, but of course Falcons Mena trying to push it to a 3rd game. They're going to have to come with some adjustments for sure. A lot of time to check things out too, and when you're on a stage like this, Lefel, we mentioned the stakes, we also mentioned the super narratives of these teams. Wild card was not easy, and they got here. They do not want to go home or at least lose this first game on their first time at this stage, 2-0.
Something that I do have to say is a lot of teams, they suffer from the fact that there's 16 teams, and sometimes you can't have the same mindset for all 16 teams, right? For example, we saw just now that Falcons try to play more methodical, play more slowly, play more reactive, but against a team like Vamos, this is a game that who starts first, they will most probably win, unless they just miss a lot of ability. So I kind of feel like it's difficult, but you can't look at Vamos like Team Liquid. You can't look at them like SRG. Maybe against Vamos, you have to be slightly bit more disrespectful. Be like, I'm just going to go fight for you because you're not that good enough, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, again, not to throw shade to Vamos, but this is the reality. When you're going up
Defend ako
against
muna.
where many different teams are here, you can't have the same mindset. You can't have the same strategy
Like,
against every other team.
how are Vamos? How is Malaysia bad in Malaysia, but good in everywhere else?
They played it so well, Vamos, in that game. They will even like double down on some of these ganks as well.
Like,
so I think go back to the drawing board.
SRG is like, okay,
In game number 1,
Malaysia easy server, you know, a lot of messy plays. But like, when they go to international, they're good. Because, okay, this is where the real competition starts. But when it's Malaysia, like, there's like no incentive to like be as competitive based on the games themselves. It's just so weird. It's just so freaking weird.
I don't remember them actually using the Hermit.
That's the thing. I mean, Wildcard was different, though.
Right,
They
I'll
would use a
definitely.
Hayabusa, they would use a East Shin, maybe even a Norman.
Right.
So, yeah, we definitely got to see how
Second draft. Let's get to the data sheets. Vamos won, so it's blue side.
This is something that they do not want to deal with. And now Vamos themselves ban on the Atlas. So they're really respecting
Falcons
Joker,
on the
making
other
sure that
side.
Marcel and the Atlas is not there. And I feel like that's setting up just in case if Aero 404 does want to use a more assassin-based hero. But I gotta say, shout out to Aero 404. He is
Phobius.
Wala, nagpa-perspect sila ng
going
Atlas.
to the competitive scene. He was very open to use
I mean,
junglers, use fighters in
North-
the jungle, and I feel like that really stepped him up in terms of his career growth because it makes it so much easier for Coach Valdo to draft for the team when you have such a willing player
Coach
to do
Valdo.
whatever
Kala ko
it
si
takes, whatever
Pacbet
heroes
yun
he
nandyan.
needs to win the game.
And for Valdo, it's looking like more of the same, I would imagine, Mirko. Try to get Vamos in a similar position where they have control.
Mirara. Oh.
You're noticing that ban right there. What do you see him?
Yeah. Hirara banned out.
And that
Winning 2 times, you're out. Winning 3 times, you're at the knockout stage. Sino ang malalaglag?
Even if they get past Vamos, right? All the other teams will be looking to abuse that later on. So Falcons, man, what's first pick? Is it the Guinevere take now that the Atlas is gone?
I honestly don't know. Like, the thing that I was kind of surprised at was that
You either play for your lineup or the enemy lineup.
and I still feel like Eve is
There's so many there's so many paths to take.
But the thing is now Hilda has been banned, right? Hilda, Atlas, as well as Marcel.
Heal
I'm really
the
looking at Vamos like
world.
they won a very fast game.
And this is just already very tough. They ban out the Phobia, so at least they can pick up the Freya here and flex it to XP Gold. That's what I'm thinking right now. Vamos. They clearly did that intentionally. They also have an Esmeralda to play with if they want to deal with the Freya. There you go. Freya. First pick for Falcons mana. Now Vamos. Do they still go for the Eudora, though, is the question.
I feel like
Eudora?
if the Eudora may be the third pick here because
Pick
I
first
feel like
pick
whenever Freya
for Sanji. For Sanji.
Esme pwede.
Yeah, Esme for Sepat. Tapos
Belleric's open. Esme Belleric.
Yeah, Bele. Esme Bele is good.
One of the few I've got some hours on.
Or they can
Pro Freya.
page
Yeah, Pro Freya.
Jushin Eve
Guys, no,
or
it's
Eve
not-
Lilia.
they handle this one themselves, but
Ling, Heller.
I love it. And
Oh, Ling.
Eudora.
Early.
people
What?
watching, you know? But I've been saying
Against Freya, bro.
Against the Freya, huh?
no.
This is first pick. Like this is first phase Prio. It's not just
Ano ba?
time on blue side.
Vas! Vas!
So you also want to snatch it away from your opponents if you want to go assassins, and that's what we see here.
This is
with
crazy.
Ling and Eudora.
And I feel like that's also just a takeaway just to make sure
Is it because of the Surge of Assassins na okay, kailangan may one shot and Eudora is it?
coming in from Vamos, looking at the bands, you know that it's going to be Assassin. You're just wondering which one. And considering it is Broken Walls, they still go for the Ling. I'm very
But then
excited to see
again, they
for
picked that against the Akai.
It is one of the heroes that he used quite a
Oh?
lot in his amateur days.
So pa din?
We haven't
Valen?
seen his Ling on the pro field just yet, just because Ling hasn't been
Ba't
banned
nila
for a
pinilit yung-
very long time. And now
Okay, now there's no ultimate to steal.
Valentina quite early on.
No reliable
We'll see how this
ultimate to steal.
Pinipilit nila yung Valen. Good Esme pick.
There's the Esme.
Just all the power picks for Vamos here.
Vamos needs Belleric there to counter.
Yeah, but it's getting banned out. I think it's gonna get.
So all right, fair.
Zekeef not go.
Tapos, ang pwedeng option dito ng Vamos would be a Kalea. Kalea Eudora would be a good combo, I think.
Kalea Eudora pang one shot.
I mean, obviously going against Nako, it's a tough matchup, but different styles. But I think in general, Team Falcons meta was a little slower in terms of those fights, despite starting off with 4 kills.
Kailangan nila iban yung Bele. Sila yung may hirap.
There it is.
Heavy.
More gangs they'll be able to deal with Nako. I mean, like, it's a good thing at the end
Really
of the
heavy.
game that Troll with the Cho was able to catch Nako a few times, so Nako wasn't that big of a factor in that one. I feel like it's just in general Falcons meta in the first game. They look, for lack of a better term, like scared to do anything. So I feel like hopefully in game number 2, they're like, okay guys, wake up, you know, game number 1 it's whatever, it's a warm-up game. Now we actually gotta lock in. With this kind of draft, they have a Freya. Any draft the Freya, you're supposed to be a little bit more aggressive, so that's what I want to see. But I think Vamos already knows that, and they're already having a lineup that can fight early, honestly.
Could also be the Harith pickup for Vamos later on, a signature pick for Natko. Moskov gets banned out again. The Claude snatch away is also still there. I think for Falcons meta though, again, Belleric, I thought it was going to be
Claude.
They eventually ban it out. They know how much of a threat it is to their composition. All very short-ranged. So it just comes down to this. Do they want
Claude is plausible. Pero they could put Freya into gold.
Maybe on a Guinevere or some utility, another utility pick.
They could put Freya gold.
So I think it's kind of like are they going for Fredrin?
Kalea. Please.
I don't like it.
Or maybe a Hylos.
If they pick up a Fredrin, their mid trio doesn't really have a lot of kill pressure. Now the Minotaur
Damn.
is there as well. This is gonna be pretty interesting because Minotaur is strong, but
Ang bagal-bagal ng Minotaur eh. Pag hindi naka-early yan, sisipain na lang ng Chu yan.
Mid-price.
Hindi na yung
talaga
sila
mid-price.
Boyet. So, what?
But the more important thing is actually that cooldown.
Ang gulo ng draft.
Mena has a better mid duo. In the early game.
Yeah, in the early game.
If this Valentina was swapped with the Zushi,
So,
I feel like they could have dealt with the Minotaur much easier.
early.
And it's so good because alright.
Okay.
And Vamos were leading.
Alice. Freya Gold.
Alice. Yep, told you.
Alice goes to XP. Now Vamos, do they answer?
So, what's a good gold lane for Vamos?
Claude is...
Dito yung isa. Ayun!
Melissa?
Nilabas na!
Alright. Yun ba yun? Yan ba yun?
That's one of the two. One of the two.
One of the two. I see it. Kasi puro melee, tapos kung lumamapit sila, edi yan. Edi go away.
For utilities as well. Maganda siya for utilities.
It's such a clean front to back with a little bit of spice to enter the back line.
Let's go. Yeah. Laning ng Melissa.
You got the Melissa. If somehow the Melissa doesn't work out, you still got the link. So it's very interesting.
Power
for Vamos to lose this one based on the draft. The studio likes it. We'll see if our
By Pakbet, may setup pa yung Minotaur na yun.
Vamos and Team Falcons meta. Vamos, if they win, they take the win overall.
Hey, we like it just as much, man. Me and
Applied na yung ano? Surely applied yung pang ano yung mythical honor adjustment shits dun sa ano dito.
Is this very Vamos of them?
This is the first time that I'm seeing it, honestly. And if Vamos
right?
to take this angle, I don't think it's actually that bad. I agree with what LaVole's been saying. Look at the emblem. It also reflects the exact same thing.
Tita Mel.
I want to make sure that this early game actually goes well.
Okay, Clocken gets level 2 this time.
No, Tita Mel.
Had a bit of a tough time at level 1 and level 2 in the previous game. And then by early mid-game is when you're expecting them to start, winning out on these fights and looking for these lane gangs. I want to see whether they can improve upon that.
Aray.
Aggression here from Troll, but Era 4-4 is going to be fine. Again, the Ling has popped up a few times now through the course of, especially back in MWI, right? We saw the Ling come through. Oh, okay. And it's one of the things, again, where you can actually kind of hyper snowball on this hero, and there's sort of a risk in itself, but in this case I feel like it's supplemented really well with that Minotaur pick, even hell the Eudora pick, because like LaFell said, once you get that Flask of the Oasis locked in and you do get a little bit of cooldown reduction.
Oh, Zekeev. Very low.
Can actually get it.
Boy.
Ooh, 4
Patay si Boy.
blades.
Uy, flicker. What are you doing?
What are you doing? Voss? Voss is you doing, bro?
Why naman like that?
From the whole team, synergistically for Vamos is what's so important. They really have to work with their kids together to make this where
Di ba sabi ni Boya, they didn't practice for MSC? I think it's probably showing.
Yeah.
once that Melissa scales up, gets the items that she needs, like it is very annoying to deal with that go away ultimate, pushing people away, especially the melee heroes that we talked about.
Let's see how this fight. The deadly magic's already out. Sabot takes the damage.
What is this targeting, bro? What
Oh
is
my
this
God.
targeting from Mena, bro?
Oh no.
Nice.
Air 4-4. Oh, knockdown.
Mena.
Pinababa dun sa ano, pader.
Oh, no one is. Okay.
Vamos actually now have primary position over this turtle.
Vamos should be able to get this. Boyd's trying to get his purple buff. I'm not sure if he's going to get in range here. So Turtle secured for Vamos.
Nice.
They'll win the objective, but there is some fight here from Falcons.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see. Again, especially, I'm curious about what Nako is going to go for his build because he is doing phenomenal in this lane, like really surprisingly well. I would have imagined that when you were on that Freya, especially when you start thinking about the later stages of the game, the added range that Freya gets after using her ult actually is just a little bit bigger than the get away from me coming in from Nako. Well, unless they start spacing them out, but he's playing this lane perfectly.
Yeah. So support, Troll's
Okay.
Troll wanted to visit, gets spotted out. The rest of the team from Vamos down there protecting Natko again.
Yeah.
One of their winning angles, and there's multiple of them that they can play into throughout this game. So we got to see Team Falcons Mena kind of come up with their own game plan. Where is that game plan? I think is the main question here, Gideon.
I mean, the arsenal is ready, the flickers are up. I think it's about finding the picks, right? Because here, Natko can only trade back against Sano for a certain amount of time. At this point, Sano should be strong enough to win out these trades. His natural base HP is pretty high, so he is strong side. I think for Vamos, it's about trying to deny Troll. If they can put Troll, make him lose his like flicker, kill him early, get the way of the dragon out, it becomes a lot easier to deal with some of the other problems like Boyet or in particular Sanji and Sano.
Part of that game plan for Team Falcons Mena also might be, again, for Cuffin. This Valentino was talked about quite a bit in the draft, you know, now that's come through twice. And, you know, most likely from the other side, what ultimate's he going to take? Probably the Minuan Fury, right? Try to set things up. Not sure if there's much else that he can utilize there, but that's one of the things. If it's Troll trying to get a pick, and let's say he's
flicker.
bottom.
Yep, this
What a gank.
kill here. Nako
What a
tries to get
gank.
away, but Sano says, it's all right. You know, I can still throw my abilities through your shield. It's not considered an auto attack. It's good enough.
Yeah, as soon as I said, if Troll can get a kick, he gets a kick on Natko.
Natko.
Good play made there down in that bottom gold lane. Perfect timing for this turtle to be up too. He's going to be back up.
Natko.
They'll try to blitz this.
Valkyrie the set, throwing a ruin flicker. Oh, beautiful from Sanji.
Beautiful. Falcons Mena, nice.
Oh, that's a botch. That is a botch from Sano. Oh no. Wait, he survived. Holy shit. Falcons doing it. Lima sa baba. Everybody in the mountain in the house, bro.
Fight there from Team Falcons, and I don't know, man. Natko's got to be feeling it. He's been kicked twice now by Troll. Definitely not feeling too good. And just when we thought, you know, as we look at the replay here by STC, you can see how this fight breaks out.
Natsumi Kamen Rider. The
Natko just revived, dies again off of the kick, and so now you're further behind. So that same scaling that we see in game
Natko, what are you doing, Natko?
Yeah, I think that Vamos might be allergic to getting purifies at this point, right? Everybody needs that flicker to make a play, to get out of some pretty tight situations. The most reliable spell usually is supposed to be here, but at the same time, that makes you a susceptible target. Everybody is going to target you as soon as your abilities are down. And that should be said about everything, because now with quick rotations here, Sano should be able to take this top tier 1 without much contention.
Okay, turret down. Sano was able to do that. He is a menace to deal with. He's even got the Vengeance, which kind of just helps him, you know, dealing with if he decides, like what we've seen with the the Freyas, most of the time, they're able to go 1v2, 1v3 in some cases. And you get a start like this for Sano, you're going to be a big obstacle in the way for Vamos to deal with when it comes to these team fights breaking out, especially when we get past this next turtle, then the Lord. So now it's Vamos' idea to, you know, how do we make this work? Troll has been doing a great job just either zoning out, like being a threat, utilizing his kit, and whether he kicks someone or not. Oh, wait, Tempest of Blades.
Arrow going in for Blades. Oh, beautiful engage from Ziki.
Beautiful engage from
Ziki.
Vamos.
Oh, Sano, clean up crew, clean up.
Oh.
Oh, the heal. Oh my.
No one is Sanji, bro. Ayan na, may namatay na. Natko is doing it. This Melissa.
Sanji.
What?
Sanji's still alive.
No. Diba? From 5-2 to 6-6, bro.
That is a quick turnaround for Vamos.
2.6k to sin lamang na yung Vamos. Crazy.
They did have to expend a whole lot.
What are these regions, bro?
The ultimates that they needed. They took him to the bouncy house, right? That's what the Minotaur does, man. He sends everyone into the air.
Is this a good example yet? Kung ano yung meta?
On the Ling to come in with that Tempest Blades and pick up some kills. So again, it's the nature of making these kits work synergistically as they now focus on Sanji here.
Oh no. Okay, finally dies. Finally dies.
If they play a traditional front to back, Vamos wins that every single time.
Too late.
Falcons are trying to just snap their elbows, break their joints to kind of open up the formation.
Crazy.
Yeah, a whole lot being broken here at this point. An attempt from Boyette. Oh no, the flank, it's good. Sano's trying to know him.
Only catching one.
Good plan by Sano.
Oh, Clocken's dead. Clocken's dead. Oh no, they lost their burst. They lost their burst. Error. Beautiful kick. Beautiful time. Beautiful timing. He cannot fight.
Tempest.
Whoa, doggy.
Oh, no. Ayan o.
Error. Still getting it. The hell.
What is doing it, sir?
Not go.
Uy, Dior. Wait, Natko still alive.
What happened with that fight, man? We went back and forth. I thought Vamos was going to go ahead and disengage after
Chaotic
that.
na
Going
naman.
forward again, so Falcons Mena ends up capitalizing a couple kills. That's better for them than that would have
Bilisan
been.
natin, guys. Bilisan natin.
What a bloodbath it's been. Lord's coming up in 10. Both teams showcasing they just want to fight it out.
Naka-lifesteal pa si Natko eh.
Initiation able to go ahead and take out Natko.
Yeah.
Delaying them a little bit more was crucial here for Falcons Mena.
Man, that was definitely a never back down, never what moment. Both sides just refusing to let the kill score get anywhere past them. 1.4k, no big deal. But if they get one more kill than us, nah.
VOD.
Everything and see whether it sticks. Wait, Troll actually spots him up. Can they actually intercept this? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to. I think they just have that vision on him again. Trying to keep tabs on Arrow 4. Mind you, he has not died. Look at this.
Oh man, it's gonna be Bruiser, Harley, and finally some damage, and that's the third item with Divine Glaive. Let's see how they
What's Mena doing, bro?
Going to be able to get that Lord first, considering the positions of Falcons. Like they've got a widespread net, but they also understand the main damage dealers just don't have enough stats to finish the job.
I just can't picture that brute force breastplate under that wizard robe.
Neto, diba? Another Falcons.
Falcons Mena. Falcons PH. Yeah.
No, PH.
For some odd reason, right?
Versus GZG, tama ba?
Guangzhou.
You
don't have to check.
But that's something that Falcons Mena can go ahead and defend against. They have to be able to go ahead and clear this out. I think that's the big question.
Guangzhou.
How long can they clear out ways and defend? Maybe this one's fine. You know, first Lord push, they will lose some tier 2 turrets, but ultimately defending in the base. Is this a composition?
Ganda na ng Bele Banyo eh.
Really, it is, and I think the only one who has decent wave clear in the later stages has to be Sano. But that's a big risk. He's melee, right? So if he goes up to touch that wave, Vamos is looking to capitalize on that wave. Wow, how did Troll get there? Why is Troll sitting in the mid lane here? He's got a bit of a flank. He's trying to make it happen.
Ultimate Natko. Good kick, good kick.
Dami!
Ling na lang.
Bounce house! Pang bounce houseman.
Okay. Good engage from Mena. Ang tanong, bakit hindi naka-purify? Sa bagay,
Who?
may
Sino?
Vega.
Sepat, Natko.
Natko is 1-4, bro.
But he's naka-purify. I think not Melissa still needs mobility. It's either that or Inspire. Is the hero, not the choice. It's not the choice. Eudora needs Flicker. Natko needs either Inspire or Flicker. Purify is just ano.
Sa bagay.
It's the hero.
Siguro
It's the hero
preference
talaga.
ko na lang din yan. Kasi kapag may Cho, tapos marksman ka, parang kailangan mo talaga mag-purify eh. Ayun no, galing ni Natko na naman! I told you bro! If you're playing against a Cho, you really have to have that purify.
Yeah, you're on the hero. You're on the hero that's not used to purify. If it's Claude or Granger, then for sure my purify.
Yeah.
Pero it's not Melissa's not one of those heroes. Ako na-predict ko sa Wikipedia. I thought ano eh. I thought Falcon, so like because of what Vamos did in MPLMY, like you know.
That was back-to-back good kicks for Troll. Troll is locked in.
In these team fights, it's a big problem to deal with.
Good kicks, bro.
Troll's been just everywhere. When you don't even expect him, he's just giving information like this to the rest of the team.
Yeah, they got to bring those phones closer to their eyes. Unfortunately,
Wak.
it's really tough to see the conceal, especially when you're so close to a wall. It just
Wait,
looks
Pakbet is there.
just a
Pakbet is in.
Air 4-4 losing 50% of his HP. Not great. He needs to heal back up by auto attacking.
Oh, good. Ito na naman. Pero hindi makakasipa.
Oh no.
Go away.
Very deep. Sano with the cleanup.
Good peel.
Oh damn.
Good peel.
Sano. Aray.
Good peel from Vamos. Protecting Natko at all cost, bro.
There is
And
the
Cloco.
peel.
Protecting Cloco as well.
Yeah, again, I don't know if Falcons meta just kind of got scrambled around.
These fights are messy.
You know, that's the nature of having a Ling, but then this was a really good play. As we look at the replay here brought to us by STC, you can see this. They blitzed that Lord. They made the quick
Bad
decision
play
to go
from
for it.
Sanji, I believe, because you have to.
Was Boyet in the area? To get the retry?
I don't think so.
He's just he is force feeding him water, but luckily he's still
You have to let Troll to do the first engage. Since hindi nag-go away kagad pag nakasipa na si Troll. Tapos papasok si Sanji. Kasi ganun yung nagiging flow nila kanina eh. Nauuna talaga yung sipa ni Troll bago pumasok si Sanji. So I think that was a bad engage from them.
That's when Sanji get the Throne of Ruin, tas nag-bubbles yun, sa Melissa.
Yeah.
Uy, sabay.
So hindi rin nakapag Way of the Dragon kagad si Troll dahil nga dun sa go away.
Vamos, sweep.
Vamos! They are Vamos.
Vamonos. Everybody, let's go. Come on, let's get to it. I know that we can do it.
32 kills, bro.
Jesus, bro.
One thing you need to know, Eudora is 100% win rate in MSC, bro.
Eudora.
2 matches, 100%.
But it was just one of those cases again where this composition, man, worked out in their favor. Right? You talked about a 10 probably in the past couple weeks that we've seen the Ling come through. This is the most deadly Ling we've seen.
Oh yeah, no, this is standard military practice versus guerrilla warfare here, right? The rigidness of this composition is what makes it so good. But on the opposite end for Falcons, they gotta figure out ways to really get creative in getting those backlines. And to be fair, they were great. Sanji and Troll, by far, amazing engages into the backline, and that's what dragged this game out for so long.
Yeah, this is, they had their moments in the game. You know, as you're looking at the highlights here from STC, there was multiple moments where it looks like they had this game in their hands. They were able to go ahead.
May yan yung dalawang shot caller. I don't know, man.
These instances where I think they maybe, their head was on a swivel too much. You know, they had to look around too much.
I think Falcons should have practiced.
How do we keep track of Arrow 404?
Yeah.
When we're caught in this team fight that's being breaking out, as you see,
Especially sa new meta, like the patch happened during MWI, so they should have studied. Diba?
so hard focus on Natko, but then again,
Verbatim, Boyet verbatim.
404 can roam around and do his thing in the skies. Basically, you have free reign.
And that's the thing. I think that right now in Mobile Legends, the meta needs to understand, yes, it is risky to have a singular win condition. We need to see multiple win conditions in a composition baked in naturally.
Well, let's go ahead and throw it over to our interview for this matchup.
An amazing opener match coming up from Team Vamos, and right now with us on stage, we will be having a quick chat with Error 404. How are you?
Ito translate.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, you do. Okay.
It's naman na nila.
Because prior to the game, we saw an interview with you and a
Thing is good, but Rose, ask the Eudora, please, Rose, please, Rose.
Yeah, please.
Clean sweep. How are we feeling?
I feel very relieved because we got to close the game 2-0.
For sure, next time mag-practice na sila, I hope so. Maybe. Damn, my prediction is hella wrong. Good thing I didn't predict in game.
We saw that in your opening match, you picked Eudora to win.
There it is.
And the lane came out, played perfectly. Talk to us about the Eudora pick first.
I think we got it from other teams in scrims, so we just started practicing it and we use it today. Yeah.
Do you think it's going to be an effective mid laner moving forward?
I think it's a really meta pick right now, Eudora.
Okay.
Eudora meta.
Question. The lane. How are we feeling about the assassin picks making a comeback this MSC? I know that you're an assassin user yourself.
Yeah, for me, I'm happy because I'm a assassin user, so it's my time to show my heroes.
Ooh, I cannot wait. Is there anything you want to say to the Malaysian fans watching back at home?
Thank you for all the support, and I hope you guys can support us for the next match as well, and we will do our best.
Aw, thank you very much, Error 404. I'll see you on your next match. That's it from us. Let's show it over to the studio to break down what happened in this amazing clean sweep match. Throwing it back to you guys.
It's my time to show my heroes. Error 404 puts that on the screen of every single player from Team Falcons meta, because there's something that they just could not compute in that.
Alright, time to Eudora sa rank.
Heavy jungler, and they take the win.
Yeah.
2-0 Team Vamos against Team Falcons meta. Mirko, Lefel, and I'll go to you first since you are our Malaysia man here. I mean, that was a team win for Vamos that was, to me, it left no questions, right? Even despite a lot of people thinking that it was going to be, look at these predictions, 92% vote for Falcons coming up, but it was a 50-50 for ours. If you didn't see that, most people thought this would be
Falcons
a lot more
meta
even,
disappointing.
And Error 404 showed that's not happening.
Yeah, for sure.
I am
People do know
disappointment.
me as the Malaysian man, as they call me that for
MM.
Yeah, MM for
What is ya doing, bro?
Exhilarated because I think, Mirko, we're on the same page here where we haven't seen the Assassins for a good 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. Seeing how Arrow 404 pilot that lane, that was refreshing. That sets up MSC so well. We see tank junglers like the Gwyn, it works out well. And then you see the link, and then after that first match, that's the best way to open up MSC because now you know it's uphill from here. The meta is going to look so good.
And you got to remember, it was a Fanny and a Hirara banned out. So already 2 assassins banned out. Then we see the link contested as well. We don't get to see the items here. I actually came into it. All right, so we got in game. I saw the Melissa pick and I was like, all right, Melissa. Then I went in, I saw the battle spell and I was already disappointed because, hey, usually on Melissa, you go Inspire. I would know. I'm a one trick. Not really, but I play the hero a lot. But then we look at the game again and we see the build path. And it's different. It's no longer just the 3-item power spike of attack speed.
Here it is.
Here it is. He goes for... So it is. Wait, he still goes attack speed, but I've heard that in scrims, the reason they don't go for Flicker and Purify is because they go Corrosion into crit. So I don't know if in this case, they saw a lot of tanky guys, so he wanted a bit more shred, or what's the case, but... Again, if you go crit, if you
Yes, Falcons Mena, they did not practice. What happened to Mena practicing their minds off?
I mean, maybe also because
They haven't practiced their minds off. No.
There are some human
Matagal
errors.
sila
but
makapag-adapt
I feel like after
sa
that game,
patch.
maybe Coach Valdo is talking and is like, that was fine, but against other teams we might get punished. So let's remind ourselves to change the spell when we get to the game.
And I feel like now the interview with Boyet, it strikes us a bit different. Now it's like, yo, you didn't have enough practice. So if you didn't scrim too much, you don't know what the meta picks are, right? And the Eudora, the Melissa, it definitely messed with them.
And when you know you're getting kind of beat in the macro and kind of the decisions before the game, you're kind of like, wow, wait, are we ready for this? And now it does kind of make it seem like they knew they were going to have to go back to the drawing board, study up a little bit, and get ready for their next match. Good thing is we still have more games for Team Falcons Meta. They're not out yet, but it's a great start for Team Vamos as they take the 2-0. Team Falcons PH and Guangzhou.
You predict you will be right.
You thought it was
You know what?
92% to 8%.
I'll try to
would
predict
take
in
the win
game.
over Team Falcons, and of course Falcons in that 92 percentile. We'll see if that is going to happen as we come up with that as our next match. Of course,
I did not.
Vitality
Okay, I
Rippers and
didn't.
Team
I
Spirit
didn't
Ignite
predict in game.
close
Damn
out
it.
our day as well.
I mean, like,
I will
with
predict tomorrow's
saying
games.
92% for Team Falcons Field.
I
Because
agree.
let's just say they are one of the champions to win it all. I want to see how with this as a matter here, Kyle will perform because that's also
SRG.
one reasons why they made it all the way to the grand finals.
SRG, Team
So
Liquid
excited to see
tomorrow.
Kyle, Niall,
Onyx.
Kyrie, all of these guys on Assassins, man. I am so excited.
Go
to see
Onyx.
It is going to be fun. It already was very fun.
Yangon.
You got that
Yangon.
right. We want to know, and especially if you want to see if you can get it
Yangon
right next time,
Galacticus.
join the 92, join the 8, see if you're right. Check out our tournament pick'ems,
0.0 PDS
esportsworldcup.com/play.
spreadsheet.
Scan the QR code.
Too
You
bad.
can let us know.
It's too
if
bad.
You know who is going to perform in these upcoming games. Up next, we want to show you a little something from our game Acecraft, which has a brand new co-op mode called We Fly Together. Check it out. We'll be right back.
Acecraft. Acecraft, parang Everwing. Ano yun?
Oh yeah. Everwing. Oh
It's
shit.
literally like that.
2014, 2015?
Hindi, later pa yun ata. 16, 17?
Yeah. Yeah, 16. Oh, shit, Everwing.
A lot of people are haunted by their past.
Nakakamiss yun ah.
Inspired by it.
Can we see? I don't think we can play it anymore. Grabe, sobrang toxic. Not really toxic, like competitive.
Yeah.
Pero like, uy, nakaabot ako ng 10 million something. Forgot the...
Like points because it upgrades your...
Ito yung yung pets, yung dragons.
Yeah.
Ah, 2018 pala yun. 8 years ago, that's... Oh yeah, tama. 16, 17, 18, ganun. Basta yung Legendary Dragons.
We were there. For every
I didn't predict in Wild
every clutch.
Cousins. I have second thoughts. We went through with the
And we're here.
GS starts.
Now, the proud founding partner of EWC.
I mean, I didn't predict.
Powering the biggest event in
I didn't predict anything.
Shoulder to shoulder with the world's best. Making
Ngayon tayo mag-predict.
greatness to
Ngayon,
stage.
Yeah.
Falcons PH. Siyempre.
Yeah, Falcons PH. Tapos, Team Vitality.
Vitality and Spirit.
No. Yeah. True Rippers. Ano ba tong True Rippers? They're from India, right?
India.
Sa India sila. Yeah. Team Spirit,
No,
yeah.
no sample
versus Ignite.
size. No sample size for India. So, Vitality for now. And of course, it's Vitality. France. La France.
To not only earn some cool prizes, but also help to build an audience with the great
So,
content
4
that is
games
available
today.
here to be put on Showcase. So if you're ready to join, check out that
4
QR code,
games.
scan it with your phone, and become a co-streamer. We'd love
Good
to
luck
have you
nga
as
pala
well.
guys kay
Just wanna
Coach
watch-
Mid.
That's okay too.
Unang
If you
salang,
want, but, hey, we'd love to
defending
have you here.
champions
We're gonna be
kagad.
back on the desk with Mirko and LaFell as we start to preview our next matchup in today's
Good luck,
four-game series.
Coach
And we've
Midnight.
got Team Falcons yet again. This time PH versus Guangzhou
Ang
Gaming.
pick,
Fellas, just
ang
some
dark
initial
horse
thoughts
pick
on
ko
what it
for
looks like to see Team Falcons after
MSC
missing all
is
the
Aurora.
international events last year, finally back on the
Aurora is
stage
always
versus
up
Guangzhou,
there.
their
Dark
first international
horse.
game.
Well, I think, they fixed a lot of the errors. They invigorated the roster as
Bold
well. Coming into this.
prediction,
I think Team Falcons PH
they're
are
going
looking
to the
very, very
finals.
strong coming into this. Yes,
Bold.
they did lose in the grand
I like
finals, but I think it
bold.
was also
Bold
a different meta.
prediction.
In the current meta, I really feel like Team Falcons PH has what it takes
Ay, yung
to
prediction
do
pala,
what
okay.
they did in the past. MSC
Hypo
2024,
kuya.
the first time at
Ano mo siyan?
they
Huwag
made
ka
it
na
all
dyan.
the way to the
Lumipat ka na
grand
sa
finals.
Emil siyan.
Something that I do have to say, where I feel like I talk about this backstage.
Nag-amatch ka pa ba
it kind
dyan?
of feels like they're trying to go
Midnight
back
parating libog.
to the 2024
Midnight
meta, right?
parating
Because in
libog.
NWI, even the grand finals are the same, and that's why for Falcons,
Esports or Dark Horse.
that's
Always
why I'm
Dark
like, wait,
Horses.
Hold on. This is looking like familiar territory for them. So I'm actually looking forward for Team Falcons PH to be surprisingly,
I didn't catch the MSC
unsurprisingly good
logo.
here.
So same finals, but a different champion this time in MWI. So Falcons, SRG, and Falcons winning this time. Is that the script?
Hold on.
Malaysian man.
I mean, like, it went all 7 games, and then at the final game, the $1 million pick happened. We'll see if that happens again.
I mean, there's $1 million on the line here as well, so anything can happen. Falcons PH about to take the stage. This roster filled with great players who want to make their mark here, especially at MSC. We mentioned Guangzhou. We'll talk about them a little bit later. But for the 92% favorites from your votes in the chat, it's time to hear from Flap as we got a chance to catch up with him prior to the start of the set.
We're now here with one of my favorite EXP laners. It's Flap. Welcome back.
Hello, guys.
Flap.
How's Paris
Flap.
treating you?
It's all good.
Did you like the food? Did you like the hotel? Everything okay for you?
Yeah. This is the best.
Oh, this is the best, and we are with one of the best, right? So, Flap,
Hold on a
we
minute,
haven't
hold
seen
on
you
a
in
minute,
quite some time.
guys.
I think the last time we saw you on an international stage was MSC 2024 runner-ups. What's different for you this time around?
So
The difference is that I'm more hungry to.
But you had breakfast, right? Okay, just making sure. How did you prepare for your next match?
Can we
here
get
against
much
Guangzhou?
higher? So high.
Hotel. Yeah.
The One Piece.
Anything else? So you do specific to Guangzhou Gaming that we should know
One
about?
Piece is real.
Nothing specific.
Nothing specific?
Yeah, we're ready. Yes.
They're ready. We're ready as well. Flap, good luck. Thank you so much. It's over. Back to you.
Flap, a 2-time M-Series world champion and 2 in M5. He's got to play a big role in today. Mirko, Falcons are going to do well.
Absolutely. He's crucial to Falcons
Oi,
winning.
oi.
I guess, what the heck? You might be right. What's going on with these players when they get interviewed by Eterna? Who is that? That's not Flap.
Hey, I mean, like, here's the thing.
Flap does the thing. He always taunts and poses. Who is
Eterna's
that?
posing some problems.
Hey, you don't know. Eterna
hard to
behind
keep
the
the focus.
scenes. She's a girl boss. She intimidates
You know what? She might have just arm wrestled him right before that. And with 2 hands as well. And then he was like trying to catch his breath and just get ready to go. I think that could be it.
That could be it.
That could be it, honestly. You guys haven't seen Eterna. Like, she's strong.
Yeah.
She's like, what, 82 kgs now?
Yeah, she's strong for a twig.
Oh my gosh, we're having some fun here on the desk. We got plenty of time to talk Falcons, and we got plenty of time to talk Guangzhou as well.
Oh, Mirko.
The roster of these guys have been really effective, and obviously, coming from China, this is a very important story for them.
Yes.
It is their first international event this year, and I think this is an opportunity, hopefully, for them to not only
Pride
be
of
a hope
China.
for China, but also to be starting a path which they hope to finish as they improve as a roster. roster. We had a
That's
chance.
fine.
Siguro pag taga,
Right there.
pag taga China, tapos doon ka naglalaro na ML, maninibago ka pag sa international tournaments ka naglalaro. Ibang-iba daw yung China eh. I mean, ibang-iba yung ano.
Mentality,
Ibang-iba yung
environment.
nilalaro nila.
What was your reaction coming into this, knowing that you are going to be up against Team Falcon first?
For real.
Like, pinanood ko dun sa vlog ni... Ay, sa vlog, sa podcast ni Wolf with, with KZen. Ibang-iba daw dun sa China.
You can look bad in your own league, but against international players, you might be gods.
Yeah.
He said that he's happy and he's glad that he's able to go against Falcons, knowing that the former coach of Guangzhou Gaming before is currently
Oh, Crybaby last tourney.
Falcons, which is Coach
Who's Mel again?
Okay, so they used to coach you. Do you have maybe a message to Coach Ren?
Yeah, Coach Ben.
You have a message? Trans
Event this year, and I think this is an opportunity.
May. Oops, whoopsie.
Right? You have Sai. Did Sai
Crybaby as in those as a devastating loss, or he didn't take the loss well? Okay, no, wrong wording. You know what? I don't judge people who cry. You know, people have emotions. People are human. People have emotions. People have emotions. Alright.
Super Marco. Fair enough, fair enough. You're gonna get that matchup later on. And of course, as team captain, what are you gonna say to your fellow teammates?
That guy. Oh, that's him.
Next
Okay.
matchup.
我觉得就放轻松一点打吧，因为
I
比
can-
赛有很多。
Chinese.
he's just chill and enjoy the game.
I can sing.
knowing that there are gonna be a lot
No,
of
I can sing Chinese, but not speak it.
Okay, so we can feel confidence, we can feel, chillness coming in.
He Crybaby didn't go to main stage because he got crushed by Team Zone. Got spot card. Understandable.
Passed the Eterna test.
You know?
I don't know about you guys. I think he did well, but maybe that's
I understand. It's you're almost there in the main stage, right?
He
So
had a buddy nearby. All jokes aside, there's no jokes in this match.
Understandable.
There's a very few tougher opponents
Hold on.
that Guangzhou Gaming could face in an opening matchup than the Filipino Titans of Team Falcons PH. But if they are
It's really
going to
weird
prove that
not
they
seeing
deserve to
Wolf
be
in the
on this global
international
stage at this
stage.
level and that they can make a run,
Crazy.
some would say this is the type of team they have to beat.
Oh, absolutely. We got to see a glimpse of what Guangzhou Gaming had in their arsenal at M7.
Nakapanibago.
And they were the favorites to actually win it. Unfortunately, they didn't, but they stole the show a couple of times. Modi, fan favorite of the chat. Everybody loves Modi in the
Nakapanibago.
chat. He's amazing on these playmakers in the XP, and I feel like him and Maze, they're going to have to work double time here if they want to get a win against Falcons PH.
LaFell, what's the most important matchup
Right.
here? Is it Modi and Flap?
And he
in the
taunted both
EXP lane?
teams.
What do you think is the
oh, that's karma right there.
game's focus
He got
on
revenge
in
and
terms of who
MCT and
wins
went on
over
the main
this
stage and
matchup?
destroyed
I mean, it
Gonto.
does look like this is the meta where we're going to be looking at the EXP as well as.
He had a sign that says China Open Mongolia. It's just competitive. It's just competitiveness. It's natural emotions running through.
Up the map, and when the
No.
map is open, your jungler can get a lot of farm, and by proxy, you're making the other jungler weaker time by time and time again. So yes, Modi is an excellent player, but Flat, man.
Diba South ka rin, no? Onel? South ka rin.
Is an icon in
Yeah,
the
Makati.
EXP. If somehow
Makati lang.
take down Flap,
Makati?
Yeah.
that's a bigger statement. Like,
Okay,
that's
never
one of the
mind.
things where even if you lose, it's
I think it's still South-ish.
And that's also, I think, the different stages of where these teams are at. So many of the
I call
players have
Paranaque Muntinlupa Las Piñas South.
completing the cabinet now
Yeah.
with MSC. Because
Kasama
this
siya.
is one of those
Kasama.
trophies that many
Pasay.
players do not have, right?
Yeah, not gonna lie, a bit
Mga
annoying.
ganun.
A bit annoying?
A bit annoying. They have so many
okay.
trophies. Could
Like give us some.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I would like for them to share, but it's okay. because
Ikaw rin last week walang internet,
to be
no?
the best, you got to beat
Walang
the best.
internet?
Yeah.
That's
Oo.
why they still have to beat Vitality. They haven't
Nyari dun.
For a week.
For a week.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Champ is for sure.
Ako simulang simulang MWI up until the last day.
Single game.
Never. Wow.
Oh, I think last day lang din ako nakapag, or the day before.
The day before. I know you're the day before. Ako yung last day, pero
having the privilege to speak to you guys about the importance of this tournament. One of the things that was echoed was the fact that this is in Paris now.
Grabe yun. Grabe yung gastos ko sa data nun.
Data. I had to go to a relative's house just to work.
Absolutely. I think you heard from the players as well, man. They feel like it's the
I have to work.
Because
and I need internet.
I think for them it's just a dream.
So punta ko sa bahay ng pinsang ko.
Never thought that MLBB would bring them here and to compete here at the biggest stage for
Flap.
MLBB in front of the world.
Siguro Team Falcons. W.
And for Flap,
Don't get Falcons.
And speaking of team vitality, speaking of Na'Vi,
Good luck both teams. Good luck both teams. But Team Falcons all the way.
They're playing for something
Falcons all the way.
Than just a single championship. They're playing for the club championship trophy.
Don't mind the background.
An update on how
Do not mind the background.
2 weeks of competition have passed here at EWC, and the Cup Championship is well underway. And well, as you can see from behind me, the totem is starting to fill up. Still plenty of games still to go. None other, of course, than MLBB, the MSC, currently ongoing. So that should be interesting. As we do
That's my nephew right
that's what
there.
you guys are all here for. Irrelevant of that, though, we do have an update of how things have been working out across the board the past couple of weeks. Right now, it is Na'Vi who are leading the Club Championship with 1,750 points, but they're only competing in one game this week. Vitality, however, who are currently second, only 300 points behind, are competing in all 4 games. So that's a massive moment for them to potentially catch up and see if they can do something about it. Falcons are another team who we
I sense you camera work. I sense the camera work right there. I know what they're. I don't know if they're aware, but if that is the case.
Is MS Desari, one of the owners of Team Falcons, formerly a FIFA World Champion. Of
Tekken 8, I can see Tekken 8 though. I'm gonna stream that as well if given the chance.
That's a hell of a story to continue with. But yeah, I'll be giving you updates across the Cup Championship throughout the rest of the week.
Thanks a bunch, Chris, and also reminding us all that Falcons are back-to-back winners of the club championship. We'll see a new club championship winner this year.
Napambihira. My King of Fighters, tas my Street Fighter.
In the CC.
The ML.
We head back to MSC. On the desk, Mirko, as we preview this lineup, what to you stands out as the biggest narrative? Again, we've talked about Falcons being winners. We've talked about
King of Fighters and Street Fighter.
With Guangzhou Gaming.
Tekken when
is the most important here in game
I would splurge my savings.
It comes to just understanding the meta right now.
Both teams.
I think it comes down to understanding the meta. We saw earlier a big contrast of one team really pushing all of it, all of the meta picks from scrims that they said as well into the stage, and the other playing it very conservative, playing it with the old picks. So right now, I think it comes down to who has adjusted better, Falcons PH or Guangzhou Gaming.
And you mentioned that the coach of previously Guangzhou Gaming is now the coach for Team Falcons, Vren. How does that play into maybe feeling comfortable, LaFell, that they kind of know what's going to show up for Falcons, or for Falcons feeling that they know some of their opponents?
Yeah, it's good for Falcons for sure, because at this point, they know the identity of Guangzou Gaming. And that's
Right.
also the other thing, like meta is very important, but you cannot stray too far away from your own identity, because you might end up making mistakes just because you're breaking out of your habits. There are some habits that's good for you to break out of, but some of them is so drastic to the point where you're getting out of character, your passion is not there, and your decision making might be the worst. So for Guangzhou Gaming, I do believe they need to follow the meta, because if not, they're gonna get stomped. But at the same time, you gotta follow your identity. We're so far coming in from the China region, it's all about that gold lane. They try to make the gold lane the strong lane. We'll see if they can do that.
And that is going to be difficult from what I just saw. I mean, with Error 404 dominating the game like that, you can just see that Assassins in the jungle, Mirko, I mean, if they're played at that level, they are going to need to be dealt with.
I swear, if Eudora is picked in the next series, then this meta's fucked.
Highly likely.
Again, we saw Fanny and Hirara banned.
Highly likely, bro.
Highly likely Eudora next series.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that we got to see the Minotaur in game number 1.
Ewan ko lang pag may nag-pick ng Ling, tapos hindi pa
Ling is a preferred taste, and might be there. Oh my god,
Coming into this, I still think it makes sense with the identity that
Then-
they
then-
play around.
it's It has to be paired up with
This is
an
gonna be our
assassin.
second match, but I'm already seeing that the bans are gonna be something
Theodora.
we're gonna have trouble with because
Yeah.
now with assassins
Para may
coming
parang
up,
clean up
a
if it
lot of
in case it doesn't
assassins
kill.
has to be respect banned,
Yeah.
and that will
Yeah.
become a problem when you know a team can't use these certain assassins.
The new Falcons jersey is sexy.
No, I like the army green type. Is it
Army green tas gold.
Yeah.
Ah.
Ganda.
Just by proxy of a threat that's not even there just yet.
And appropriate since EWC champion yung Falcons.
I might. Pag binenta nila, I might consider buying. Ganda eh.
Consider buying. Hindi, no. We get free stuff. Wink, wink. Baka naman,
Yeah.
you know, can we get free, you know, if I support you, so, mail me. Baka naman.
Every single match is going to impact every single other match. There's something to learn from every single game that we're watching here, especially if you're one of the teams that didn't do well. It's going to be waiting in the wings.
gold
like Team
linings.
Falcons Meta previously against Team Vamos. Guys, I just got to say, predictions. Do you think Falcons is taking this one to start off? They're coming in stronger?
Yes.
Yes? Yes. Is there any...
Pretty confident, yes.
Very confident.
Yeah, no hesitation, yes.
If Guangzhou's going to steal it, what do they have to do? Quick thought. Is it just get a better draft?
They gotta shut down
Is it
Kyle,
overperform?
but that's one of those things that's easier said than done.
They gotta shut down Marco, Kyle, Haji, and Flap.
They gotta shut everybody down. We'll see if Guangzhou Gaming can impress yet again as they face off versus Team Falcons PH in our game 2.
Yes, my friends, that is the setup for our second matchup for today.
Where can I earn?
Quick recap, right? We have two dark horses to
I have jerseys of teams that are not here anymore.
Happy for Vamos. They got it in.
Yes, indeed.
Ano, RSG, Blacklist, Minana. I have jerseys of 3 of them. Like Minana Evos.
The second match of the day where we will be seeing Falcons Philippines.
All 3 of them are not here. Ah!
This is a pickup in its own
Outdated
right,
lahat.
between a giant and newcomers in there. I can't wait to get this one started.
So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Falcons Philippines. The last time that they were on this very stage, they went all the way to the grand finals. Now the question is, this time, will they be able to start their journey on the right foot after not being in MSC 2025?
That is indeed a lot of pressure on their back, but of course,
Falcons.
no game is complete with only one team. Please join me in welcoming their opponents, Guangzhou
Defunct group
Gaming.
jerseys, yeah, man.
With the New Jersey.
To the main stage of MSC, their journey has been a treasure to witness. As the rising tide lifts the ships of their region, their goal is clear: show the established powerhouses that there's new challengers for them.
There's a ram goat in the
It's going
logo.
to be interesting because, like I've mentioned, Falcons Philippines
The
went all the way to
Chinese.
the grand finals, meaning they are veterans. They are
Nagdo-dominate din sa esports tong mga to eh.
on the other hand,
ML na lang talaga kulang eh.
will an upset happen in
Cha-
today's match?
It's the cool part of it.
My stereotype in gaming if you see a Chinese name when you're if you're matched up against a Chinese name, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You know, alam mo yung the Clash of Clans type shit? That's my Chinese name.
And
I like
CS:GO.
Oh. CS:GO.
Bro, CS:GO.
I returned to Clash Royale.
Let's send an end to our destiny to get our game started.
Thank you so much, Rose and Milos.
I'm at like 8,000 trophies right now.
Some great talent and some great games starting us off.
8,000 trophies na ako.
LBB, MSC in Paris, France. 16 of the best teams in the world vying for that $1 million prize pool. Now it's time for
Clean, bro.
Guangzhou Gaming. 早上好生活，现在我有冰淇淋。
Falcons in our second series of 4 for today.
Ang ganda
As we kick
ng
off the draft,
likod
we
sa
got
Chev.
Mirko and LaFell with me and
Chevrolet.
我们今正注定相逢，
maybe an uphill battle. The audience thinks
哭
so.
着来，
100%.
一样笑着走过呀。
Do something in this draft to surprise
朋友啊，
Enemies locked in.
让我们一起牢牢铭记呀。
If
我
you're new to
们今
MLBB, one of the reasons why I feel
像兄弟
Falcons Filipino
情
with
一
this
场
one。is in the current meta, if you lose the first 2 minutes of the game, it's actually very hard to come back into the game just by how the jungle has changed in terms of the patterns and everything like that. And Falcons Philippines have, I would say, all across the board, one of the best laners in every lane. Flock is amazing in the EXP, Super Marco is amazing in the Poke. And it makes it so that winning those lanes is going to be very difficult. And I'm just worried if Falcons just wins the first turtle fight, and then they just start controlling the jungle, and then it just becomes an unfair battle.
Yeah. I'm a fan of that. Up until I think like a point that I want to talk about the first 2 minutes. I don't think the first 2 minutes dictates the entire game. We saw it earlier as well. So I think it's, we push it back to maybe 6. I think around turtle 2, whoever gets that, whoever gets the one from there, then it gets really tough to come back. Even then, I'm not too sure because we've been seeing a weird, I mean, off-meta assassin in the Harley against a meta assassin.
Oh, W song. 是为我飘飘，北风萧萧。
There's going to be a lot of room for comebacks.
I'm just thinking that we won't be seeing the Fanny. Like, unless...
Yeah, probably not.
Unless
I can sing Chinese, I don't speak it. Right?
I don't see the...
I don't understand what I'm singing.
Look at the map reveal. Hold that question for the draft.
Give me that grass. Give me that rivers.
Get a mix up. It's expanding river this time around. LaFell, your thoughts on finally a new map here?
Yeah, expanding rivers make it so that winning the lanes is going to be that much more important, making it so that you can go
Falcons versus
much faster. So now the lane matchups gets even more.
Right, data time.
Honestly.
So if you're winning lane, you have even more access.
Tagal ng laban, guys.
Can rotate around very, very quickly. So I guess we'll find out again what picks get picked up for both the teams here.
Very interesting here. Looks like Falcons is going to be the first pick, betting out the Belleric as well as the Claude. So this looks like they got a
Let's
lot of
see how PH tackles the meta.
That's good for them considering the old coach from Guangzhou went over to Falcons. So this is the advantage that we see, that we don't need to ban meta picks. We just got to ban the picks that you know how to play.
Talk to me about the Eudora. You were excited about that. You got a little inside info on that. I'm not knowing where it came from. I'm not like teasing.
It's the only Chinese song that I know.
But clearly
Get updated with your memes, bro.
I've seen her in every game. You expect to see her here.
Get updated with your secret TikTok agent.
That's number 1 against the Assassins, but it's also very good against the Assassins, right? You can lock her down. So the Atlas gets banned out there. Final ban. I think we will see more Eudoras. Maybe not first pick, though. I think first pick. Here, Hirara got banned, Fanny got banned. Even the Freya.
Fanny,
The only
Atlas.
pick that we've seen banned out that finally gets open here would be like the Phobius Jusin. So I'm thinking maybe those two for Falcons for first pick.
Di talaga nag-open ng Hirara,
I
no?
feel like the Zushin is still a pretty
They
strong
found
player,
what
but
she
considering
does. They found out what she does.
How many dashes, the amount of mobility in this game, it's not a great time for the Zushin. So that's why I'm not gonna see a lot of it. Ling first pick here. We gotta see Eudora. If not,
There's a chance for a Eudora.
Phobius could be the answer, but they go Esmeralda.
Get it.
Esmeralda Eudora?
There is a chance
win the lane, picking out the Esmeralda, quite good in the lane,
for
but
that
is
Eudora
not the
pick.
answer towards the Ling. So
Ling
it's
Esme
a
first
neck
pick.
here where
Come
unless
on,
they win
bro.
the EXP so hard, you start controlling the jungle, it's going to be pretty difficult and a very early Harith. Where, again, coming from the region of China, they do like their goat laners. But my worry is,
first pick.
if they pick up a Moskov, I can see it. But picking up a Harith here, they're not having any crowd control for this Ling. I don't even think they have enough burst damage for the first 12 to 13 minutes of the game to deal with the Ling.
Are you happy if you're Falcons to try to find Eudora yourself?
Yeah, I can fucking pick
I'd
it.
be down for it. You know, the Eudora
Just to deny it on the other side?
It's great on the deny, but it's also great with your assassin, right? Because usually when you're on the Ling or any other assassins, you need a bit of burst damage. And I was, bro, give me some time, friend. I was gonna get to
the fuck.
I'm sorry, man. I was answering the Eudora.
That's a signature hero.
I messed you up. I messed you up.
Yan si Marco eh. May kinosplay yan.
Tyroth. Yep. Textbook counter. Textbook counter.
We know at M5 they play
Yes. Reyash is right, guys. Sobrang textbook counter niyang Tyroth sa ASME.
So you have physical shred and then you have double
And knowing Flap, who is
on physical damage.
sobrang sanay na sa ganyang
I like it.
laning matchup, alam niya na yan.
Reliant on 1v1.
And we're seeing a lot of new picks here. Guangzhou Gaming
So mid prio is gotta be the factor.
Be good to pressure the lane, but going up against a Dyrov likes it when you have a lot of armor.
Yeah, so
there's so
no
much that he can take away, and at that point,
dahil
Ling won't
sa
be punished. Ling will have enough damage to take you down.
I think.
It's a winning matchup. I've been saying
Nag-assume lang ako guys Hindi ako Sobrang hirap kasi pull off ng Eudora dyan. Sobrang, alam mo yun, sobrang versatile nung...
And you're up against the Hilda. Hilda will take it. So it's not... Eudora's not the pick right now.
Yeah, it's not very...
Even if you can, even if you can go tuloy-tuloy...
And you're talking about win conditions. The Dyrov.
Never mind. Eudora's banned.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't see. No, there's no need for. In my opinion, there's no need for the ban. Maybe we're just still fixated on dark system things. We're probably still fixated there at that classification.
Like, here's the thing. The moment your eyes are on lane, you're like, this is a problem. We gotta... Wait, where's our turrets? Wait, why is he in base? Wait, did the game just end?
10 minutes? Too many things to focus on.
I gotta
Okay,
say,
see.
Brody...
Physical shred all around.
The lane can steal so much turrets. This is already a
It's
nightmare
just...
in terms of micro,
Actually, it's just Dyrov.
but more importantly, the macro.
So...
Like, there's so much magic gonna happen in this game.
Beleric out. No, not out.
Please ban out
on those rotations when you have someone pushing
Nolan. You can ban out Nolan.
That's why it would have been a better
Kung mag-fixate ban, you can ban out the Nolan.
Again, Guangzhou Gaming, they're known for team fighting, but they needed something to answer the side lanes. If you know Falcons, they're definitely going to try to play those side lanes. They're definitely going to lane.
This is the first draft wherein there is no utility ban.
It's a winning matchup. Gold lane, it's a winning matchup up
That's
until...
true.
Di binan si Akai, di binan si Baksha.
The big three. Fredrin.
Not super familiar with the MLBB.
I don't think China's gonna go for utility.
Uninteractive, where you're just picking up heroes
Eve
that
is the
you want
ban.
to use
Jushin is
considering
left.
the opponent's pickup. So it's basically like you're playing rock, paper, scissors.
Jushin or Lilia?
You don't change the paper,
Maybe?
you don't change the scissors.
And you'll win a
Lilia's
little bit of the
possible.
time.
Jushin is up.
Best
Okay.
of 3 when an opponent's knowing a little bit about what you do.
What else is there? Zask.
And that's the worry here for Guangzhou Gaming.
I don't think Zushin is the answer. Like, what's the
Sean,
damage?
ako na nagsasabi sa'yo, Sean, lumipat ka na ulit sa Emin, Sean.
You already reveal all your cards here. You just go for extra burst, so it's good against the Harrow. You have that range to bully.
Eve is
Okay,
banned.
kulang na lang ang
Valens
mid-duo
Valens not good.
So my
Zetian?
question is this. You have one more pick, right? And we're talking about
Is Zetian the play?
How do you salvage this draft? How do you get the win condition? Because Guangzhou needs something that they're going to be able to rely on.
Maybe a Kalea pick for Ogwen, for Master Ogwen.
Like, it's weird to say.
I'm thinking about Zet. I'm fixated on
They
Zetian.
will see in the early game is their roam, is their tank. And sometimes it's
There's no
enough
Atlas.
time.
Lilia, there it is.
Now they have a Lilia.
Glue. Okay.
Glue.
Okay.
Already have a damage problem.
Keep it
Pick
close.
Nolan.
Now it's worse because the glue
Nolan.
cannot die. And Lilia level 2 can take down basically everyone from Guangzhou. So
I'm imagining Saber.
match and draft.
I thought they would take the
Bro, no way. Saber.
There's a world where Saber can be picked.
in their arsenal, and they go for Lilia, someone that can stay in the mid lane, independent, bullying both, while the blue roams everywhere.
Nolan. Spot on. Spot on ka.
Yeah, Nolan.
Creates despair. Like, the more you look at it, the more you fight against it, as the time goes on, it's like,
Uy, si Sai nga pala yung naglalaro dito. Shoutout sa'yo, Sai. Sobrang Pilipino pala. Kapwa yung naglalaro dito, guys.
Alright.
Yung gold laner nila si Sai.
Lane per lane.
Especially a Brody that can kiss you.
Dairoth versus Esmeralda in the EXP lane. Flap and Modi. That Dairoth looking to cause havoc, but if it doesn't, well, they've got the win as well. 4 new heroes picked up to add to our unique hero total for this tournament already. Series 2 starting off with a bang. We'll see if it's China or if it's the Philippines who can take game 1.
Thank you so much. We head on in to the land of Dawn, and we're excited to see how this game is going to be played out, because for the first time in a long time, I have never been so confident in Falcons just
Di ko pa
cleaning up
na-steam yung
kills. They have so many ways
toga
to
ko,
clean
guys.
up fights, but it's all up to Haji and Kyle to make things happen.
And I, for one, am pretty sure that they can accomplish just that. Team Falcons in their
Ooh, double chokeslam already.
They could carry that out, but Guangzhou Gaming. They forced out an early flicker from the hero you expected to be most aggressive in the early game.
And this is the scary thing about this game, right? Because you're looking at everybody. There is
Aray, there it is. Oh, Guile!
Especially in those side lanes, unless
Guile skin.
So they do need the extra bit of support. Guangzhou, especially for Mei and Xe, all they gotta do is maintain control of
So,
mid,
yup.
and it's gonna be super difficult.
As expected, Tyroth winning lane against Esmer.
That we're looking for.
At the very least, they're holding down Mei in mid, so he's not able to really
W Street Fighter
and
skins.
go into Kyle's jungle. But that's a lot of pressure already on their mid duo.
Beautiful stuff coming up from Guangzhou, right? That's already
Sonic Hurricane!
out super early on.
Laking katawan ni Guile.
Look, Kyle's just taking so much damage from Mei.
Never mind. I just said Mei couldn't just really go straight into Kyle because of
Guile.
what Haji and Ogun were doing, but with the amount of support that
Ang ganda yung mga vid ni, ano, ni Size Plants.
you've seen firsthand from Guangzhou, things to be somewhat favoring their side.
Yep, even Battle Spells is also telling us the exact same story. Falcons, they
Yung
want
ano,
this
Street
early
Fighter
game to be
6
good
tas
for
ano,
them.
MLBB comparison.
Right now, see why trying to bait something out is Recall is
Love
very
it.
nearby, but I'm also curious, right? Because from Gonzo's POV, I would have imagined
From the
that they would
input to
have
the
done
name.
maybe, I don't know, something a little tankier early on. Like now they're stuck with
Bishing
this Nolan. They
a
too
team
have a
fight
certain degree
down
of
at
a timer.
Turtle,
Yeah, so maybe
guys.
that's also why you see them really trying to pick up the pace and make sure that
Wala ding choice ata si Kyle eh. Kailangan niya mag-contest ng Turtle, wala siyang i-invade.
also has to keep up, but at least they're holding
Mahirap naman mag-invade ng purple.
the turtle so far.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, good
Holy-
team
Holy burst.
fight for Guangzhou. Good team.
Aray!
Damn.
May knocked him down.
Okay.
Zipper, we need a replay of that. That was a
Guangzhou
beautiful
Gaming.
fight
Good
coming out
execution.
from Guangzou. Like it is. Owen was already looking.
Kyle had no
at
retreat, cannot fly.
nail in the coffin, but keep your eyes here as Mei flickers
Cannot
out
parkour.
and baits
Everyone's down before Kyle could get in.
unwinnable fight with Xe, making
And then yung isang whack,
the
bang.
entire way with Turtle
Shit.
in the hands of
Energy.
Guangzou Gaming. This is by far a really good start.
Who got the turtle?
I wonder what information and preparation they've
Gu-
done.
Guangzhou.
Because again, Guangzhou, you know very little about this team. Even the heroes that they've used in their recent qualifiers don't tell you much about their playstyle. But what has changed? Why have they seemed to adapt so well to the current meta despite them picking or having these heroes which Falcons attempted to counter?
Well, I think, it's a lot of research, and I definitely think, the length of the MPL-PH definitely played a part of that.
That's true.
Unintentionally, but here, when it comes down to the meta, that's what everybody's trying to figure out. What is not only the meta game for the game, but specifically for the tournament? We need to see that develop throughout. But with the lead that they have, 4-1, I'm expecting Guangzou to play more reactively, right?
Yeah.
They want to make sure they punish the Falcons everywhere they go. They need a man-to-man defense and make sure that Haji doesn't scale too fast.
And honestly, that tournament meta, I feel, is something we won't really get to figure out until maybe day 3 or 4.
I mean, we can speculate.
Because day 1, first 2 matches in series have already shown us so much of the more unorthodox picks already.
Well, is it unorthodox or are they just ahead of the metagame? We won't know until day 2 or 3.
Surprisingly, Guangzou Gaming is being
That first turtle fight is already big.
Well, bro.
Eudora's 100% appearance rate, by the way.
Yep, at least
Appearance rate, 2 picks, 1 ban.
And a Dairoth, which you pretty much expect to win their lane. And so, despite Falcons not really winning out massively in terms of their mid, they're not really in need of that much rotations, but that's the thing. Guangzhou might just really take advantage of this entire situation, but it's already Ogwen here up top, already trying to somewhat provide a bit of help. Does catch Sai, but it's gonna be Ogwen all alone this
Ogwen,
time.
out microed.
Do they have enough burst?
Xing.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Aray, choke slam.
Bye-bye, Marco.
Damn!
Marco! Oh!
Takes him down with him.
It's a good trade. I think it's a good trade. You got the turtle.
Physical damage. It is unfortunately a magic marksman.
I just realized Modi Vengeance.
That's gotta feel so bad. When you thought you were about to kill him, guess what? Quantum charge, walk away.
Okay, here goes the replay.
Quantum charge.
So he was definitely
2 words.
all alone there. I think he kind of
Two words. Quantum charge.
longer than we expected him to, but what a play! Even the coaching staff thought it was unbelievable.
Oh, they mad. They mad.
Super Marco not having a great time now.
Recall said, team, we're not gonna let this happen again. Let me
Bro,
show you
this
how it's
Nolan
done
pick,
on a Nolan.
game changer
But
as
on
well.
the opposite end, we're not seeing Falcons waste too much time here. If you notice at the gold lead, despite it being 2-7, for some reason it's only 900. By this stage, you're expecting somewhat of a
Sarmon on Haji, he's fine. Haji's black shoes, still max stack. Has to flicker out. Flap. Okay, beautiful defense.
A small win for Falcons this time.
Really nice play coming in from Flap as well. Now you're seeing that the traditional lane roles, they're starting to get mixed up a lot, right? What is Dairoth doing up here to maybe try and help Ogwen and Super Marco? He reveals himself, but all of this is so that Kyle can scale up a little bit faster, taking the wave as well.
Yep, they're at the least maybe trying to slow down a bit and maybe go for the farm, because clearly Guangzhou Gaming have taken charge of the early game, and that's exactly according to plan so far. So maybe less of the direct one-on-one counters, and now we see more of the 5-on-5 rotations.
Ano ba kasing sabi ko, tol?
Ayun, andito na wala si Sony.
Ano ba kasing sabi ko? Guangzhou Gaming nga ni...
Wala pa, di pa tapos ang ML, tol.
Hindi pa tapos.
Vitality talaga pick mo, no? Final na yan.
Kasi France, Flap is down.
Grabe naman tong Guangzhou.
Ano lang?
Holy China.
Oh shit. Okay, W Falcons.
Okay, Turtle 4 members. Turtle 4 3 members.
3 people got caught in the snare of the globules.
Fracture. Right.
Busy mo late, Sir Sony ah. Dami mong ganap.
Ngayon lang ako nakapagpahinga, sir.
W. At least ano yan, good pagod ba yan? Good pagod.
Good pagod, pero di ako nakapag-stream nga ng MW.
Kaya nga eh.
Wala namang kaso yun eh, no?
Wala. Ako nakapag-stream lang ako ng MWI, finals na eh.
The question
Ako
is
rin.
whether or not they've developed enough of a lead. And whatever they had before instantly dissipated in one
Malas talaga kami ni Bipolar pag nag-watch party kami ng Total Pilipinas.
Ikaw yung dalawa.
Yung dalawa dun sa first day ng Nabi, natalo eh. Tapos yung sumunod na watch party namin, finals po, talo na naman.
You are cursed.
Ayaw nyo makinig, mga sirs. Rinig ba yung ulan sa akin?
Hindi. Flap. Oh no.
Sakit ng Nolan niya.
Siyempre binugbog si Flap sa bot, no?
Pero laning hindi kaya ng ano yan, hindi kaya ng S-Men. Talagang ikot yung labanan dyan.
Nope. This is such a statement you're seeing from Guangzhou, especially
Okay, GZG aggressive. Haji's not having a good time. Forced to use a black shoes.
Some sort of pick that they were forced to pick up, but the Tempest of Blades just being forced out.
Tempest of Blades out.
Sakit! Paul Blade sa mukha.
A lot of ultimates used so they can fight in the next Lord.
Maganda boy pa rin si Kyle eh. Hindi siya nagagap sa jungle. Ganda ng pathing niya.
Sino nga ulit yung jungler ng Vitality? Hindi na si Nael, di ba?
Di ba si Nael?
Nice, si Nael.
Nael ba?
But now it's different. There's an objective that's coming up.
May call out kami sa kunwari, sa RG. Gusto namin mag-invade ng double green. Tawag namin doon magnanail.
Pre, wala nang invade ni Alice is the meta, tol. Invade mo doon sa mismong base.
Yeah.
German cut?
Legit nga, pre. Walang makapatay sa Alice.
Oh no, Ogwen.
Sayang, di naka-shampoo.
Oy, beautiful iframe.
Okay na, out na.
W.
Just yet. Guangzhou.
Gagi, naka-flicker si mga...
Ganda yung timing ni Haji nun yung Black Shoes. GCG got punished.
Spread apart instantaneously as soon as they saw Ogwin walking up for a potential
Kyle,
engagement.
sabot.
That being said though,
Kill! Bang!
dear lord.
So, visual. Vision sa bush.
That was okay. I think Falcons now are at a much clearer advantage.
Well, they may be at a much clearer advantage,
Delay
but
naman ng
I
YT ko.
don't see this being a free lord just yet. Like, they're going to try for it, and I want to see what the response is going to be. For now,
10:50.
CY is in a pretty good position if he can get that
Saan ako sa Tagalog broadcast ako eh.
They're starting this
late
objective
talaga
right
dyan.
now, but Ogwin has a good idea.
Namiss ko ang ating yung mga talents ng MPL. W Kyle. Nice.
Damn! Ito na.
Purify. Walang Purify. Gagi, tinipian ni Kyle.
Sorry man, pero I am very English. English yung aim ko. Skip MDL.
Kung wala lang din Tagalog broadcast English.
English talaga ako eh. I'm more familiar yung mga international talents kasi.
Saka sa...
Mga stream nila.
Rin eh. Kahit yung mother tongue mo, hindi rin yata Tagalog. No?
Tagalog talaga pero mas masanay ko sa English.
Di pa pumutok, gagi. Di pa pumutok yung energy.
No kasi I was born here pero yung childhood ko nasa America, Hawaii specifically. Like 2, 3, 4 hanggang 1, 2, 3, 4 years old. I was in Hawaii for my childhood tapos balik dito.
Samoan.
Sa Hawaii ba, naka-ilalagi?
Ha?
Mega lead in terms of kill score,
Gag.
but doesn't have that fight.
Naka-bohemian sila lagi.
Right now with a
Na damit.
singular kill. And a lot of this is about time efficiency. With GZG's movements, they're sticking together. Notice, top quadrant, all 5 of them are there. Nobody's
Ano ata yun, tol? Mostly ata dun nakatopless. Mga lalaki.
In comparison to GZG.
Oh, kalahi. I can know what oh shit. Oh, Molly, what the hell? That is a botch.
How they want to utilize this lineup.
The power of the Dyrot.
Again, the one combination people don't think about is the shred specifically from Flap. If Flap and Marco work together, no matter how tanky you are, they're going to cut your armor.
Lilimahin nila yung bot
If
lane.
not more, now that he has the Malefic gun.
Maglilima sila sa bot lane. Pipilit nila.
Oh, what a dive.
Good dive, sir.
Maybe you gotta figure out here. They got the tower and they all disengaged. Damn.
Pak. Oh, yun, no? Good macro yun.
Unfortunately for Guangzhou Gaming,
Discipline.
until Sai is, I want to say not just the Holy Crystal at this point, because Ogwin is too big of a problem. I'm trying to figure out how can they bait Ogwin out, or at the very least burst them down, both of which not very good ideas considering the priority list.
Because at this point, the only heroes from Guangzhou who maybe can go for some backline plays are just really Recall and Modi, or unless Xing just really wants to go full commit and Crimson Beacon in and they just all jump on Super Marco. But will that be worth it? Because at this point, again, the shred
Hero
you
nga pala ni
mentioned,
Marco
the
to, no?
armor just going down as
Yeah.
soon as you approach these
Di ba nga,
players,
ano,
deal massive
may
damage
kinosplay
and
siya na skin.
penetration. And not to mention an objective
Yung
too
naka-braids.
coming up just in a bit.
Yeah, this is particularly tough. I
PC
will
na
admit that
ako
at least for Guangzhou Gaming, they made sure that Haji slowed down, but now we're already in the
Bakit
later
yun yung
stages
itsura
of
ng
this
Lord?
game. Slowing Haji down is not possible. He hurts.
Yep. And look at just how well they're guarding majority of the map right now, but Guangzhou are still pushing forward. Recall, though, is about to show himself up top, and that might be enough room
Ganda
for
na ginagawa
Falcons
nila.
to be a bit more aggressive with bursting down this objective.
Oh, it looks like they're trying to sell this fight.
Oh, Ogwin and Flap trying to zone out the members
7K
as Falcons
gold
to secure
lead.
this objective, but Ogwin still finds one. Do they want to push
Good.
through with this fight?
Oh, wow. Oh, 3 hits. 3 hits. God damn. Falcons is back. Falcons are here.
Naman. Hayop magling.
They've been dancing around. Unfortunately for GZG, the biggest problem with the composition is they don't have the best wave clear. They have to commit a lot of bombs to make it happen.
And now they surprised with yet another flicker, and Modi could not tank the damage anymore.
Yung buhay, pre. GG.
Guangzhou Gaming as Rico the only one left. He's trying to defend, but he can't. And Team
GG.
close out game number 1.
That was clean. I gotta admit there were moments there in the early stages that I was
maganda. Yung jersey ng Falcons, tol. Mas malinis tignan yan kaysa dun sa...
Di mo strip yung white, pre.
Ay, we. Feeling mo, ang ganda kasi ng gold lining eh. Nagmamatch siya dun sa army green. Or olive green, ano ba yan?
And a lot of how this game eventually would pan out revolved
May MSC na ba tong roster na to?
got the early that they wanted. At least for them, they actually did.
Well, I thought it would be a little bit more to be
wala
fair,
pa.
because these are like overwhelming
Hindi,
odds with
etong
the
roster
as well as Ezreal, and the patience from at least
nila
Haji taking so much
Meron
damage
na
from
ata.
Mei. You can see that in these clips, it's always Mei who's in your face in the early stages of the game, but it didn't tilt them, and they made sure to say, you know what? You're gonna man-to-man defense. We're gonna play your
Team
game.
Falcons sila, no? Hindi sila yung Team Falcons Philippines.
I think in Team Falcons Team Falcons PH, tas Team Falcons MENA.
Okay.
Ang weird yun, no, yung classification. Kasi like, may Onyx, and then Onyx Philippines, hindi tinatawag sila ano, Onyx ID. Pag may dalawang organization, oh damn.
Oo nga, wala pang MS ito si ano. Si Kyle.
It is great. It is great.
Actually, lahat sila eh.
The question is, what is going to happen?
Hindi lang sila except for few. Oh.
And see what they think about this.
Thank you, Gideon Brigida. Great cast on game 1. Falcons, PH find a way to get the win, and it was a win indeed. They dominated later on in that game, but it wasn't domination early on. You saw Guangzhou
Talo sila sa SRG.
surprise them in the beginning, and I think
The jersey was good either team. Falcons jersey is sexy. It's sexy as fuck.
as a weakness in terms of the gold and trying to claw back into that game.
Love the green, love the gold, and it's appropriate for their status last year. Their esports royalty.
And unfortunately for Falcons PH, they got
Ah, sila na.
I think it's just
wala. Chiflap wala din.
losing early on. They lose out on almost all the objectives, kills as well. At a certain point, it was 2-7 on the scoreboard, but it was only a 900 gold.
Kahit si Few ata wala pang MSC eh.
Falcons PH, even though they were losing, they had control over the game.
It never felt
Noong
like it was
2024, talo
an
sila sa
insurmountable
SRG,
issue
second
going up
place
against
naman
Guangzhou.
Yes.
Yep, Falcons AP brand.
Yan yung ano eh. Yan yung 100 days atang naka-win streak yung SRG.
That they do have the mechanics, but how do they extend the lead? That is what makes you into a good team, into a great team. How do you make a 200 goal lead into 2,000, right? So I feel like they got very excited, getting a few kills, especially around those objectives. But one of the clips we saw earlier was how the Harry was willing to die to get the kill over to the Brody. It would have been great because knowing that Brody was going to
Okay, Haji kung
right?
meron.
If he stays, he's going to die.
MSC 2023, Haji was there.
Clear the minions,
Oh.
get the
Oh.
turret, and that's how you extend the lead. So I feel like that's something that Guangzou have to look
Siya ba
out for
naglaro
because
nun?
There was a lot of
Di ba si Yue?
Ay, Yue pala. Ay.
100%.
Hajiro? no. No.
Ano eh.
Oh shit, I
naglalaro
forgot.
Si V eh.
Ah, wait.
I think tweeting sila.
Six man? Wait, no, I forgot. I forgot.
Yeah,
Hold
I
on.
think.
Ogun caused a lot of thoughts to be centered around him and how he
Palitan sila ni ano, palitan sila ni Yue.
so funny.
Kasi si ano pa yung naglalaro nun. Sinod nila dun, si Aul. Yeah, si Aul.
Hindi, wala pang panalo ano, pre.
Ay, hindi! No, Haji wasn't there. Never mind.
Ah, wala sa lineup si Haji.
Si Yue yung main mid. Tapos si Rene J yung XP.
every time he went slam
Gagi, no, hindi pa nga nananalo yung blacklist sa MC.
Oo, hindi sila. Yun yung ano eh. Wala. Na parehas natalo sila sa ano. Yung isa sa Exe, yung isa sa Onyx.
Execution.
Grabe din yung Exe nun eh.
UN 2023.
How much of this is just
Tatlo pa lang sa Pilipinas.
we had Gideon break down why this gold lead was starting to happen, and he was pointing out that that side lane was not being farmed, and that they Guangzhou were just grouping up.
Sayang din yung unang MSC eh. Second place per din yung Pinas nun eh. Sila Yolo.
Honestly, no. I feel like you can split the map. Maybe you go for
Salty
3-2
salads.
formation because we saw.
Welcome to the salty spittoon. How tough are you?
They can either get a kill or make the opponents low enough.
Kalaban nila nun ano, sila... Sino
You
yun?
got flap. And now what, right? You gotta either control the jungle
Sila Framesy,
or get those
ang unang
objectives. So I
champion
feel like
ng MSC.
that's just something that you have to understand, right? You know that recall can give you the advantage. So what are you gonna do with that advantage? Because against a team like Falcons BH,
100% pa rin. Ang appearance ni Eudora, 100% win rate.
Nakakairita yan.
Once Kyle got that blade of
Lost mo
despair,
ang Guerrero.
that was it. The damage
Duga
coming
kasi
from the
ng
lane was just
ulti.
too much for
Ay,
them.
sorry, di ako tumitingin sa comments. Pahingi Discord, Paps. Sige, Paps, PM ko sa'yo. Si, ano, kasama ko rin to sa collegiate dati. Nag-ano to eh. Wait lang.
It was just a mix of damage constantly going at it. He just wanted to go for those last hits, and that's why a couple of times you saw some surprise moments where
Taga-ano to, taga-UST din to eh.
blink completely taken out with just one ability, one defined blade. So it's the small things, and I agree. There were a lot of
PM na lang
players
kita sa
from
ano,
Guangzhou Gaming
Paps.
when they were ahead, forcing in mid. I remember diving onto Haji for some reason. May dove in, died there, and completely lost control on the map.
You know, another star, I think, moment, or had a couple of moments from
Falcons na lang
Guangzhou
ako.
Gaming was Nolan.
Falcons
He
na
had a pretty good, he was 5-1 for most of that game. Last person alive, defending the base, tried to make something happen, but couldn't. LaFell, you know, he's an important part of Guangzhou Gaming's strategy if they want to win this.
I gotta say, so far, looking at that previous game, the draft might change how this will look like, but it does seem that if there's anything that Guangzhou wants to exploit, it's the front lines.
Nakalimutan ko yung name mo sa ano, Paps. Wait lang.
The thing is, once those are gone, you should
Halika kasi sila doon sa ano, sa bahay ni Wolf.
For Falcons,
galing nga eh.
respect the damage coming in and not force a defense.
Hindi ata
Try to use that because
studio nila.
in that earlier fight,
Yung,
I just
ewan
don't
ko
like
kung
them
rent nila yung
sacrificing
studio na
themselves
yun
for
or...
nothing.
Yeah, I agree. The sacrifices
Standard
really
line.
gotta fix a lot of those. But I think going back to the Nolan pick, I feel like in this position, it doesn't matter
Ayan na,
how
Paps, na may
well the Nolan
siya
plays against
Toktik.
because that pick in itself was already forced out, right? We saw all the assassins banned out. Fanny Hirara in the first phase, the Ling first picked, and then the Hayabusa taken out in the second phase, where then you are left to play either utility jungle, which will already be countered by the Lilia, the glue, and shredded down by the Dairoth.
Nakalimutan ko yung name mo sa ano, sa
Can clear
FB.
fast, can get an early snowball, but will ultimately amount to nothing. Because again, in that game, Nolan, you're up against a Lilia, Black Shoes instantly. You're up against a Brody that can stun you and lock you
Ayun
down.
yun, Josh.
And then a Ling
Ayun.
who literally is the counter to the Nolan. It's tough.
Day late and a dollar short sometimes for that last pick. And I think obviously Guangzhou Gaming trying to pull out, it could be a rabbit out of the hat. They might need more than that. Might need a tank out of the hat to have enough firepower against Falcons because they came to play. There was no doubt that these players want to show up. Like we know
The
they
jacket
did.
is...
MSC looking for one
Jacket.
win
The jersey is
$1 million
sexy.
Falcons on their way to be it. One more win that will put themselves
Grabe, lolo na ako ng esports sa collegiate. Lolo na ako. 2022 pa ira ko eh.
Okay lang yan.
Okay lang, basta nakachamba ng isa. Okay.
Sa ano yun, diba? Sa Akad Arena yun, tama, diba?
Oo. Unang champion. Oo.
Sino kalaban niyo sa finals nun?
UB.
Tamans.
Yun yung nagka-issue si Ops. Nagka-issue yung school na yun. Alam mo na yun. So may isang green school na hindi UAAP.
for you to make it all the way to the grand finals. And I hope this is
sa paglipad.
Wala pa, usbong pa lang ako ng mga time na yun, Pops.
May isa pang tao dito, hello.
Bata pa si Drew nun. Di pa sila ng jowa nyo nun. Yun ang isipin nyo, guys.
Guys, ito si Chino, kasama na. Kasama natin ngayon, guys, yung mga tropa natin sa Talent Academy. Sony tsaka si Reyash.
Hello.
What's up? Si si Kobe, pa lang siya nun. Actually, palitan sila ni Jerome sa tank tsaka jungle.
Taas ng ego nun ni Kobe dati. Kahit na yun. May attitude problem yung dati.
Oo, sabi ko nga, di na ako yung coach niya. Dati natotolerate pa kasi ng ganyan. Alam niya kasi magaling siya, marunong siya. Yun yung actually ego lang. Lahat naman ng player, ganun. Yun yung isipin mo dati. Pa?
iPad player.
Actually dati yun yung problema ko. May 5 yung marunong. Yung wala kang mapagsabihan dun. Tapos ikaw, ka lang. Dun ka lang. Hirap ako dun. Armin pa. Si Armin. Sobrang hirap nung tawagin sa screen dati.
Yung ba boss sa UAP? Lapit na yung schedule namin sa UAP
Pwede naman kung hindi ako busy.
Sa lang, sa Manda lang.
Manda? Sige. Doon naman yung site madalas ako doon. Tanong
sa Media Quest. Sa Signal.
Parang palit yung venue.
Oo, tol. Iba-iba kasi nag-organize
Hindi na sila
Escanol time.
Hindi namin na-ski.
Escanol time muna.
Baka di na
Hindi, feeling ko kasi mag-overlap pag Mineski kasi malapit na yung MPL mid-August mid-August yung MPL, alam ko. So mag-overlap siya sa UAAP sa ever Mineski mag-handle. Game analysis nila nag-break muna.
Grabe, ang saya ngayon. Saya mag-game ngayon. Actually, hindi ko pa rin siya matanggal sa kaya ko na matanggalin Pero ngayon parang sarap bumalik
After na itong PH, mag-off live na ako
Oo, isa, yun lang, talikod lang. Sana maganda laro ng Palix.
Ganda, malinis, tol.
Palang ba?
Game 1 pa lang.
Bilis nung...
Wala nagwala yung link ni Kyle
Iron niya yun Pag ito, assassin Kumbaga, masarap siya Ay, magaling naman siya sa utility, pero iba siya mag-assassin Same siya ni Carly, magaling sa utility, pero halimaw assassin.
Halimaw mag-what?
Si Kyle talaga, lalo funny niya.
Well, it really helps out a team that really wants to be aggressive, and it forces you to never autopilot because you're playing a normal map, you know where the bushes are, but sometimes
craft time equals data time.
There's a bush in front of you, you just forget about
it. First two bans, Ling Fanny. Nag-research.
Fun fact here, Sunday, formerly known as Ahao, was the world champion in a different
Ban ngayon ng Atlas.
Will his winning formula help
Autoban Atlas, guys.
Pull an upset today? I mean, like, it was pretty.
So magnonolan tong Falcons or back siya.
Feel ko yan. Baka nga Balmond baban na.
Pwede din actually. Pero kung ipipilit nila yung Assassin, mas maganda either Nolan or Hayabusa.
Sakit na Nolan ngayon
Sim.
Yung Hirara pa. Pero yung Hirara kasi
Kyrie.
Yeah, back again to that point.
Si Kyrie pala, hindi pala si Bentings. Nanonood muna si Kyrie.
Bukas pa laban nila eh.
Template that they bring into the team, right? Early games, great. They have these templates where this is where you need to group up. This is how you get prio over your laner. This is how you get prio
Gagi pa 1K likes na tayo, guys. Thank you.
Mid and late game where we get to see a little bit of that question mark, and it's because
Kobe pero ngayon makakalaro ba si Kobe this season?
Si Kobe paano siya pasub-sub siya for ano sa onting scrims.
Pero okay naman. Performance, yeah.
Oo, ano, naka-step up pa rin si Kobe kahit.
Partida, nursing yun guys.
Kaya, yung dalawa sa lineup namin guys, nursing. So,
Diablan.
pangirap
Eudora,
mag-schedule ng
Atlas.
scrim.
Ang laki ng step up sa inyo si Abla.
Oo, si Abla.
Kasi hindi naman niya role talaga.
Oo, ano siya eh, roamer siya eh. Tapos nung nag-try out siya sa org namin, XP. Tapos ang kulang sa kanya nun, comms, pero may bitaw.
Oo. Sino ba nyo? Si Eder pa rin ba nyo? Roamer nyo?
Akay.
Hindi, iba na.
Eudora! I knew it! Ah!
Eudora
100% appearance rate!
Let's go.
100%!
Eder, hindi.
Hindi pa. Ano, inano mo na siya. Binanong ko na.
Na-aurahan kasi siya eh. Sorry. Hindi man.
Okay lang yun, tol.
Pag sinan mo Hirara, GG. Isang combo.
Si Lasal nung nag-finals kayo. Aurado siya ni Rai.
Okay lang yun. Nangyayari talaga yung ganun.
Aminado naman, kahit yung player yun. Ako actually, admire ko pag na-admit niya na ganun. Kasi di lahat ng player tatanggapin yun eh.
Include.
Aurado. Kasi magaling siya mag-set si Eder. Nanonood ako games nyo kahit na nag-work na ako.
I think so.
Ganun talaga. Lumilipas talaga ang galing nila, sir.
Oo.
Si Dash lang ang hindi.
Si Dash mapagmahal dati. Ngayon ba hindi na?
Ewan ko dun.
Marami akong resibo dun sa ano niya eh.
Ano lang yun? Pilot na lang yun.
Dati kasi lahat ng resibo ng kanyang Loverboy era, kompleto.
Akai Rome, guys!
Akai Rome,
Akai Rome. Or XP. Could be, para sa akin, could be XP.
Hindi, feeling ko si ano lang nakaka-pull up nun eh. Si Sonito.
Ay, sakit yun! Gagi, wait lang. Masakit yun. Parehas may may Magic Shred. Eudora Harley. Sakit yun ah.
So for Guangzhou, I would say their opening is pretty solid, but they still need
nakapag-argue pa ako ngayon eh.
Moskov.
XP na lang kulang. Ano maganda XP dito? Esme? Hindi Esme.
Pandasme.
Glue pwede din. Arlot kaya?
Arlot? Lapu?
Purify lang siya.
Lapu. There's a reason why they banned Baratsura.
Moskov gonna open up some things.
Bene.
Bene. Pwede naman.
For China?
Bene.
Ay, kay ano?
Parang bias.
Hindi. Pang side na sila eh. May Moskov na eh.
Kailangan yung mga
Okay.
na lang.
See it.
Sayang mo XP sana. Piling XP Barats sa meta ngayon.
Viable naman.
Nag-alis tol.
Actually. Kaso
Alice or Dyroth ulit? Alice Dyroth.
nag-pick
Ay, Sora.
kasi
Okay.
next
Okay.
yung Akai. Kaso,
I gotta say, Falcons
Okay. I like it.
Falcons behavior for this matchup looks like
Depende, hindi siya yung priority.
Parang sa buhay pindot ata eh.
Di, pero ano? Okay yung Sora ngayon, depende sa kung paano mo lalaroin. Kung damage type ka, wala. Kung setter type.
Yung damage type kasi pang early game lang yun, feeling ko eh. Hindi mo siya makakasahan sa late game.
Wala ka na, halos wala. Pang set up pa. Kasi sa late game, pang set up lang.
Oh, tsaka ang lambot ng damage type niya.
Oo. Isang ano ko lang dun.
Tsaka kahit makunat siya, mapapatay mo pa rin naman yung marksman.
And I agree. I would want to see more from Team Falcons as well. It was already brought up by our panelists. Initially, I think heading into this tournament, we were really expecting them to be one of the cleanest. GCG pushed them to the limits by just a little bit. So this time around, things seem to be pretty different, draft-wise especially.
Sneaky little invade here by Kyle, able to take a camp out. He figured out the
Good
starting
invade.
path and was able to at least one of these camps.
Nag-invade ng green.
This does mean that it's going to be a bit of a delay. However,
Nagnael.
going to try and contest this. It's dangerous stuff. And
Kuha niya pa yung lito.
Bakit?
they played it well. Even Haji getting into the right position.
Funny.
Damn.
Yeah, somehow equalizing
W, Kyle.
the advantage in the early game, given that Kyle did take away one green camp.
Paano? Kala ko nakuha na yung
Quick
Ugon
look
yung
onto the
purple.
emblems as well. There seems to be the mid duo taking that PYT.
W girlfriend, guys. W girlfriend.
Sana all guys.
Uy, Flick.
Elip bebe.
Pull yourself together, Flickers.
Flap, gonna take a bit of damage
Para
here.
kay Haji.
Was that? Felt like that was a kill angle.
Yeah, if it weren't
Naka-bargain na under pala si ano.
Yeah, but
Si Super Marco. Tapos yun eh, Master Assassin or Tenacity.
power jab into auto attack.
Gusto ko pa item.
Pinabargain na under pala yan. Tas hindi
Oh, damn!
naka-
Aray! Aray!
actually picked up first blood. They find Haji in exchange.
Tayo,
Tapos
the
hindi
clap
naka-
back.
ang tawag mo dun?
Now for Kyle, and it seems like they got
Hindi naka-marksman Kala ko marksman emblem tayo sa ano eh, sa Moscow eh.
This Grok can be a game
Ano nga lang niya gamit niya?
problem is
Fighter.
that it's
Fighter.
very
Fighter.
timing-based, right? You have to maintain
Okay
control
pa rin ba
of tempo.
pala fighter
It's not
ngayon?
a fight on a dime type hero. You really
Sa marksman,
have to
okay
set
pa
the
din.
plays
Pero
and really
depende
find the
kung
right
sinong
angles.
marksman eh.
At the same time, with tempo. Oh, whoa, all right.
Dati
So
Granger,
another
ano
class
eh.
on top side.
Sa ano lang.
And now, the Modi's just holding this
Bouncing.
bush. We're seeing dangerous grass in a while,
Yeah.
and now it's Falcon
Pero yung Claude
starting
talaga.
it off, but
Danger.
Nicole and the rest of the members are gonna be here too. Flap trying to look for an angle.
Oh,
Not going for the setup
huli.
just yet, and there you go, but it's still Rico
Huli
actually playing out
na.
on the retro
Retro
barrel.
used
Oh,
up.
Pero set up po.
No, nobody home.
Ay, sayang dito mama.
Flicker, okay. Nice on Flap.
Oh,
But you're very deep. Beautiful disengage, Castle. Ganda, ganda. Ganda ni Ogun. Nice.
nice.
What a timing by both.
Ganda ng ano nila, ang ganda ng gamit ng mga battle spell ng kalahok.
Give me the right timing. I just need to reveal one
W,
extra
Philippines.
charge alongside the heavy spin. Life-changing spells.
Grabe.
Marco? Ay, gagi, ito pala si Marco, Sony. Marco?
Busy ako, teka lang, naglalaro eh.
Ay, sorry.
Lalaro ka, hindi na manood.
Hindi, ayun ako, si Super
Ay
Mario.
no, yung Moscow. Yan yun eh. Si Sony yan eh.
Ah. Ah, okay.
Alter ego niyan yan. Alter ego ni Sony yan.
That was the fact that Rico
Ginagaya lang ni
still got the objective.
Jim.
Other than that, the team fight,
Napanood
the
niya kasi yung
post-turtle
TikTok eh.
takes seem to have
Sabi niya,
really
ganun lang pala
favored
yun.
Falcons, especially as Rico
Ano lang no,
has
split
lost
push lang ang puhunan.
so much resources at this point
Hindi
already.
kailangan
Ano,
Unfortunately,
si-
though, he's not really as behind.
Pero ano,
You can see
may
that
ano na kayo
Falcons having such a good
next
start.
season? Parang, or naghahanap pa kayo ng mga gigs ngayon?
May ano, pre-season?
I mean, this season, may mga tournament. Ano, wala.
Oh, wala masyado. Wala, matumal din yung mga ano eh. Tumal din
Tournament.
yung mga tournaments eh. Alam ko yung latest namin is yung PCC. Pero di kami nakapasok. Kasi ano rin eh. Iba-iba din yung schedule ng mga players ko lang.
Ay, baka
Oo,
gusto
hirap.
niyo tournament, may tournament.
That's
Upcoming.
ridiculous. Committing me
Oy,
out just for these small advantages. That's what
Okay lang
separates
yun,
boys
Jul.
from the men.
Exposure ng labanan din.
Okay, there's a Purify still.
Saka,
Ganda
minsan
ng
ginagawa
ipit.
ng practice.
Beauty!
Kami nun, yung player ko kasi Kobe, ang training namin hindi stream eh.
With the real world manipulation being laid down.
Oh, underground tour na.
Maraming underground tour na ngayon. PM nyo ako.
Yun. Plug yun ah.
Oo. Kailangan natin na bring yung pagka-bring up.
Gusto nyo ba?
Wala na ako, nasa ano na ako, nasa... Wala na ako sa
corporate world ka na ba?
Oo. Dati MLBB team ang minamanage natin ngayon, legit tao.
Another SOD nobody home.
Mga may SOD ni Mark, malas.
Hindi, ano yun tol, diversion lang yun.
Diversion. Nangyayon, tuwan-tuwa ako dun sa isa. Ako iti-trash talk siya nila Flap.
I just
shout out.
I just realized Master Og went. Master Og went to Kung Fu Panda. I just realized.
Yeah, and
Kulit nun, pre.
Patap na si Marco.
Shoutout gusto, po ako sa RG ayaw.
They didn't really lose the advantage. Like, they still have the advantage in their hands nonetheless, despite Flap slipping up on that setup and them actually not being able to contest for the objective.
Pero may mga strat kaming ganun dati.
Maybe that's one thing Guangzhou can just really...
Pag kunwari si Fanny open, si Kobe mag-Fanny, tapos mag-roam si Jerome.
And still have these utilities to really rely on such a...
Kasi mas magaling mag-Fanny si Kobe kay Jerome.
I gotta admit, I think GCG, they got the mechanics and I think they also have
Tinagura na ni Kobe ang ano, ang
jungle.
jungle.
Ano siya ngayon, full-fledged siya na gold laner.
Sakit man!
Eh gusto niya ng ano eh, gusto niya mag-Harit eh.
Oo, gusto niya nga. Na siya sa gold lane eh.
Harit ba naman, eh ano niya yun eh. Harit man yun dati.
I don't know, use their ults at the same time or find the engagement a little bit.
Mga ano, Haritman pala yun dati. Hanggang ano naman.
And especially when you're playing against a team like Falcon. You know they've got plenty of history.
Yeah, Kyle shows up here in mid.
Dennis Baldesancho.
At least positioning here in the turtle.
Shoutout kay Dennis Baldesancho.
Hello Denise. Be nice.
Know what to expect and where they could potentially come from. But does Flap start things off again?
I think it's about the big point.
Oh, it's gonna be...
Ilang years
now, Tekchar just land, but does he go down?
He's alive.
Oy, kulang pa.
Nah. Had to go for a pick off in exchange for Turtle, still couldn't get it. Damn. Alright, that's out. That's a big ouch.
And this seems like a repeat of game number 1 where it's
Sakit
not
ng Hirara.
going to the other side of the map, but instead it's just...
Iniiwan nila si Marco. Ilan gold niyan? Pakita niyo yung gold ni Marco.
5-1.
Nung una hindi ko pa na-enjoy yung Hirara eh. Pero nung nakita ko na yung mga para siya gamitin, parang...
High skill cap siya, man.
Okay.
Hirara high skill cap.
Iwan eh.
Oh, over half HP. Guangzhou Gaming have been...
Si Dash nababaliw dyan sa Hirara eh. Hindi niya pa makuha. Kaya autoban din sa amin
and back and forth
Oh.
as well. Not really granting the massive advantage to Falcon.
Ano siya, Lancelot pa rin.
Slight sloppiness, I'd say, especially
Lancelot,
pre-objectives.
Pani.
But at least they're somehow grouping together and making sure that
Oo, ano, Lancelot, Pani. Dati Pani man siya eh.
the next team fight we see get to communicate and layer their skills better.
Yeah, I'm noticing that GCG...
Lamang pa rin Falcon sa gold, do.
Tatlong
turtle sa inyo. Kaya nga eh. Iniiwan nyo si Marco. Pali nyo, tol. Siya na nga lang aasahan nyo sa late game. Hindi niya pa binaog.
Alaga.
Hindi binaog eh. Ngayon pa late game.
Macro pa rin sila, no?
Yeah, I think the only time we really got to see them invade was when Mei was on the Hilda, and it was just Mei as the
Bruiser
Hilda.
Harley.
There wasn't really help that came from the other members
That's why.
as much, and that's naturally what you expect. But this time, on the Grok and Eve, it seems to be a bit different in terms of their gameplay, or maybe Falcons too are just overwhelmingly good in controlling the map.
Maybe, but I think the Falcons need to recognize
Si Boss Lon. Shoutout kay...
Tapos may nyo si... Siyempre, graduate na siya. No?
Si Kevin pa din.
Last playing year niya.
Last playing year niya. Kasi technically, season 88 pa rin naman eh. Sa amin. Hindi pa pasok yung 89.
Is probably the best form of counter engage, and the real world manipulation, it's a box, so you got to start thinking
Lungkot.
about angle.
Kaya best pressure sa kanya.
Blocking off the
Hindi sanay ma-pressure eh. Oo. I mean, hindi siya na ano sa pressure. Kasi, lahat ulit, lumaki ulo ever since nakasabit dun sa UAAP. Talo nga lang.
Hindi, pero yung iba feeling pag last game mo parang...
Hindi, mas kumiyado ko. Confidence niya nun. Uy, dalawa na ipit niyo, Gwen!
Dalawa lang ang mindset mo pag ano ko pag last game mo na either nothing to lose ka na or ano malulungkot ka. Ako dati nalungkot ako sobra nun
Damn.
That has to be one of the biggest whiffs of all time. Zipper,
wala yung bato.
I swear to God.
Wala yung bato.
Flicker, hello?
Debated.
Okay.
Ito gusto ko. 400 stocks na ako.
Uy! Aji!
Almost.
Tignan mo sa taas. Marco doing Marco things.
Marco doing Sony things.
Ayun, yun pala yun. Yun pala yun, Marco doing Sony things pala.
Medyo late pa nga reaction ni Marco dun eh. Naipit.
If they wanted to do something earlier, it's got to be the RWM. The order was wrong, and unfortunately for Recall,
Napasama yung dash in ni Recall dun.
You can't cancel it out as easy as you think it can.
And now they have to deal with the Lord, who is still up, by the way, marching down bot as Falcons will just try to focus out on the other remaining outer turrets. And Recall shows up yet
Sino pa ba sa ano?
spot. Fortunately has the iframe.
Enyo kasi malakas ngayon
Now it's Falcons winning out big. It's a 5k gold
Enyo
all
no.
over again.
May bago ba sa Lasal?
Di ko lang sure tol eh. Di na wala kaming siniskreman na ano, na university.
Oo.
Lahat ata
Still catching one. Uy, beautiful tech charge. Disengage from Ogwen. Ying, Ying, Ying. Had to get some damage in.
Uy, good win chant. W Marco. Babalik pa yan. Babalik ka. Ay,
Not enough.
Tatawa ako sa allegation sa akin dati.
Modi. Muda.
Modi.
Oh, the shield. Holy crap. Hadouken. Ah.
Uy. Modi versus Moody.
Were they expecting the team fight to last a bit longer than it should have? Another
deadly
magic onto May. But this is gonna be a croc, so they're not gonna take
ano yung item nito ni ano? Ano item nito ni Kyle? Ano ba to? Yung Holy Burst.
The entire family's here. Oh my god.
Genius One, Holy Crystal. Ah, okay.
Brute Forces.
Spell bump nga. Kaya lakas yung burst niya pa.
Pero parang mas masakit yan.
Kaya nga eh.
Compared dun sa
Genius One, Holy, galit.
Surprisingly, Modi lasted a bit longer than we thought.
Sa brute force yun. Alam mo yung kunat po, pero ang sakit.
Everyone's here. Oh my god.
This is looking really devastating. The damage that you can expect from Kyle is really massive, and now Exene gets caught by that once again. It's just doing all of this pressure.
Ying. Oh my god, the shield. May's down. Recall. Recall on Recall's face.
Wala.
Wala, talo si Guangzhou sa macro pala. Talo sa macro si Guangzhou.
Early game pa lang eh. Wala silang effort kay Marco. So,
dapat nga bigyan nila si Marco ng bigyan habang hindi pa siya basta.
Yun nga eh. Sakit to.
Given naman, dapat, actually ever since naman, unless sobrang lakas ng XP ng kalaban na yun yung kailangan baguhin, ibaog. Yung mga ganong team eh, yung masakit, kailangan mong i-shutdown yung XP nila para hindi sila gumana sa first turtle.
Top lane. Strong lane yung either gold or XP. Nakalimutan ko kung sinong team yun eh, basta may isang team nun. Binibigyan nila ng binibigyan si Sanford nun.
Walang dapat.
Uy, sayang, dito magos.
Gagi, sobrang late ata ng pinapanood mo, pre.
Kaya nga eh. Doon na nga lang kaya ako sa English broadcast. Tol. English broadcast na lang ako, tol.
They're dancing around this and they
It's more than English, man.
The waves are not exactly in the best position and unfortunately
You gotta speak in American.
Sa Tagalog broadcast eh.
harder to get the siege down.
Recall goes in. Oakland already very low.
Hindi nila alam yun si Mark.
They don't know. They don't know.
Ang sa hindi na naglaro for UST si Emperor.
I was still up to even if he went for the.
Yung ba yung mid laner? Oo. Last din yun.
Lakas pag-XP nun.
Nag-XP yun?
Oo.
Yeah.
Ano yun eh?
This is nice. This is a little quality of life change that we've been asking for. That
Nung nag-champion kami. Ano yun? Yung Esmeralda niya. Yun yung
Ano game time nyo, ano, Sony?
Let's see where this is going to lead to because right now
15 na, no? 15
between top side and bottom side just to get every buff underneath the sun.
Okay, the third of the tech charge.
Oh, Gwen.
But the damage from side too, running down over to bases.
Oh my.
GG's.
Beautiful from Flap. Immobilization. Not gonna be enough. First damage from Kyle. Teasing. Dalawang double. GG.
Bukas naman yung liquid.
G freaking G.
Oh, bukas liquid. GG's guys. W Philippines.
W Peanuts. Peanuts lang Malakas.
Again guys. 100% ang Eudora.
Contest 100% contest rate Eudora. 100% win rate Eudora.
100% win rate Gogi Finlexan ni Flap. Ganda din nung jacket nila guys.
Sabi nga ako kay Ate IC ano eh. Hindi ako jacket eh.
Si Ate IC?
Oo, sabi ko Ate IC man jacket. Ganda ng jacket niya.
Tapos ano, ito yung sponsor nila, Shebo.
Pero sabi Ate IC, ano ka ba? May e-boost jersey ka rin. Gusto mo ba?
Yun, e-boost.
E-boost. Sabi ko, kung kailan pangat ng e-boost, dun pa lumipat si Top eh. Ha?
1-year contract si Few.
Oo, pero saan kaya siya lilipat na?
Hold on na. I'm gonna... Definitely ko muna.
As our second series of the day has been exciting just to see
Right.
what our professionals are
I have no idea.
and what they've been experimenting.
Everyone's gonna be in the house.
Now they're showing multiple flex picks and even
Good things ended the series because I cannot take it anymore because Eudora is 100% contest rate. It's a breakout hero, breakout MSC hero perchance. How is it happening?
The draft sequences, there's just so much to understand and uncover.
What do teams find in Eudora? What do teams find in Eudora perchance?
There's so many things Eudora can do. The extra movement speed, the multi-stun, which has been changing a lot of these fights.
I get it. The buffs on Eudora is a lot of stuns, a lot of damage, and it's made better with her having more ability to kite.
Have an interview with our winners team Falcon.
Hey guys, Rose here with Super Marco up on stage after a 2-0 lead sweep up against Guangzhou Gaming.
I
Super
will.
Marco, welcome back to MSC. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
You're
Right.
feeling good. He's shy.
I'm gonna end live. I'm gonna stream tomorrow.
Compared to the one we saw in
I'm not gonna stream on the 24th and 26th
I think still the same
because I got places to be.
I'm still motivated and
Right?
I'm eager to win.
Wow. No, that was a really good
Camera's off because there's a lot of going on in the background. So
we saw that the first few minutes of the game was primarily dominated by Guangzhou.
I'm gonna end the streaming here, but I will try tomorrow still. I'm still watching the game, so y'all can still talk to me.
Maximize our
And yeah.
errors in early game, that's why they got the advantage.
Congratulations to Team Falcons and Team Vamos so far, but we have 2 matches to go, and that is Team Vitality versus True Rippers and Team Spirit versus IG. So yeah, you can enjoy these matches while I'm gonna take 5 and I will have to eat. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. See you on the next stream. All right,
So I want to
peace.
ask, what made you guys decide to pick Brody?